Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Bubba stood up and shot on in the face, and Blitz was trying to defend her.
That's good to know, Lummy, that you're automatically.
Well, he's going to shoot me, Bubba.
And I'm Dad, so.
No, I mean, I would try to give you mouth to mouth and, a couple of pumps on the heart, but there's nothing I can do. I got to save myself.
A couple pumps to the heart.
Then Dan gets out his gun and shoots Blitz. You better hope the merch crick ain't here filling orders upstairs, because she'll come down here gun lit up, too, for her man. They shot Daddy.
I'm free.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge
Broadcast
show.
rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of your listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is strictly prohibited.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. Double Dutch into this bitch. If you didn't even know my language, you would think it was being nasty, but I'm not. I'm trying to double Dutch up into this show. Trying to get up in these show guts with a fat face. My boyfriend hasn't seen me since I shaved my grandpa goatee.
What do you think, Dan?
Dan, what do you think?
I love it.
Yeah, well.
I do. I like you without the goatee.
Yeah, but I look 20 pounds. I'm sorry, 20. It's the 2020.
It sure is.
It gives you 20 pounds fatness, but it takes 20 years off your life.
Yep.
So
it's a trade-off.
Bubba's mustard hatred 5,000.
I just have to go to Dan and get a extra Morpheus or two to get that. And my niacin is fully kicking right now, so I look like I just came in from a nuclear facility.
But Bubba, I'd rather look young and a little heavier than old.
Yeah, true. I mean,
at
guess.
this point in our lives, do you want to look 60 or do you want to look like, a healthy, happy 45-year-old?
Well, I will tell you this. I'm going through some old footage. That's scary. But I'm going through some old footage, and I found some old footage, Dan, of when we had bowling night.
Other tapes coming out.
I heard there's other tapes coming out because you're a fat ass and you like to let people have sex with your wife. I heard there's other tapes that are coming out.
I heard there's a couple other sex tapes that are coming out because you're a scumbag that videotaped your friends banging your wife.
Yeah, I did. Check. Got me on that one, buddy. We'll see how things work out over there with you. Supposedly that place is in shambles.
I know.
I know that you might have a little insight into that, but they just.
I actually don't.
They just lost their general manager.
From you.
Yeah.
I sent it to my people. My people didn't know and didn't know who was going to replace him, but made a few guesses.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe
but
bring
my
back
people
Jason
aren't...
Meter. Maybe
Sorry?
bring back Jason Meter.
I don't know who that is.
Oh.
Captain Ron, 1,000 bits.
Jason Meter was the general sales manager for years.
Yeah, but he's been gone for a while,
and
too.
They switched him over to Orlando to be the main guy in Orlando.
Yeah, never heard of him.
So what I'm thinking, Blitz, is since Keith Lawless was in charge of Houston, that's what a lot of radio companies like you to do now, to be the president of a couple different markets. So I'm thinking maybe they add Tampa to Jason Meter, who's in Orlando. And Jason either comes back to Tampa and does both, or stays in Orlando and satellites Tampa. I'm thinking maybe.
Hall of Famer Ernie McGillicuddy, 1,000 bits.
Who are they thinking?
I mean, I don't think anybody that's actually going to get the position, but it was just like throwing out a few names.
Don't say John Brennan. Don't even say
I
that.
didn't say that. I'm just saying.
I hope that any of your friends that said that, because it just shows you what you don't know about radio if you would mention that name.
Okay. It was just a conversation.
I guess the person that I know, too, doesn't know anything about radio then.
They don't.
That was a name they threw around.
Yeah,
because
these
you
are
got to
just
come from
guesses.
sales. You got to come from sales.
Is that the natural progression?
Used to be.
You very rarely does a general. In fact, the last general manager in this market to come from programming was Dave Reinhardt. That's how long
he was pretty
ago.
Important.
Well,
Are they better?
I know, but that's the last person that came from programming. So think about that's 2004, and I think he left in 03. I think Reinhardt may have retired in 03. So for 20 years, Tampa Radio hasn't had a GM that came from programming.
Do you think a programming GM is better?
Yeah, I do.
It makes more sense.
I personally do because you have a general sales manager.
Level 4.
Right.
Hold on, already?
Oh,
Beep,
level
honk,
4.
honk.
Yeah, we've been just killing it over here.
Okay, hold on.
Quietly
here.
killing it.
I'm
Only
way,
there was a
I'm
song that we could
way
jam
late.
to.
I'm getting squirreled by you guys and squirreled
Beep.
by everybody, and
Honk, honk. Toot, toot.
we just got our panties off and spread, and you're already blasting us
I'm elbow deep.
Honk, honk.
elbow
Beep,
deep.
beep.
Hall of Famer Scout Bingo gets his 5 cents.
So it's going to be interesting. Calta seems to be awful cocky over there of late. I'd beat you. Man, I got to be honest with you, buddy. We don't like each other.
What?
But I'm talking to Calta.
Oh.
But if I was you, I'd be laying low right now. Way low. And, not be sending out dick tweets. And listen, I've made the mistakes that you're making right now. You need to chill out, buddy.
Hall of Famer
And the more
Goobers.
that you think you don't need to chill out and you're all that, that's when they take you down. Don't forget who the king of this whole entire market used to be. Probably
Bob
still is.
Rossiter.
Well, you're probably right on that.
Actually, he really wasn't, though.
What is Mustard Hatred gifted 5 subs?
I don't
Who's
know.
there?
I don't know if Bob was ever bigger than me.
Bridging.
I don't think Bob was.
Not in this market.
Yeah.
No.
TJ Will, 1,000 bits. I'm Jacob Lee.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Honk,
so
honk.
much.
Thanks, guys.
Blitz, it seems like I have to pop my mics up more than I ever. You should see how hot I got them. And I'm just
Going deaf.
I'm just no, Anna. The VU meters don't lie.
Sorry.
Yeah, the meters don't lie.
So I run mine not to sound but to meter, and I try to at your longest point of a conversation, I like to have you right at 0. So occasionally, no, that's
I know, but it just sounds funny.
And I don't know. Do we have an amp going? Oh, do we have something that may be starting to get a little bit old that's causing it not to be as amplified?
Yes, but that shouldn't cause that.
Okay. You should see.
I mean, it's all solid state, right? That stuff doesn't does it slow down like that?
It eventually, the power, usually within our mic processing and all that kind of deal, Blitz will tell you, but I think usually you get like a power source failure first. All that stuff eventually wears out and breaks.
Roto Rudy, 1,000 bits.
Thank you. Right, I mean, all that stuff eventually.
Yeah, because they've been stored in a hot environment, all the capacitors are probably shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that what happens? Okay.
I'm
just curious.
I put some little mini fans on them, but really, in order to do it right, I'd have to have the Get Fresh crew come and enclose that little area, which is right. Like if you look at Lummy,
If I Kool-Aid through the wall.
if Lummy would to Kool-Aid through the wall, that would be the area we're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know. A
There's
lot of
more
you
room over
guys,
there.
a lot of you guys probably haven't even been in there.
No, I haven't.
It's nothing fancy. It's a bunch of electrical boxes and a rack.
Oh, you guys
Now,
have been
Blitz,
having sex in there.
did it make more sense to put the rack over there when we built this building than over in your air conditioning?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it saved you about 10 grand in wires.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I could probably have Travis or Mike Bellagio and Big Red look at it. And Blitz, all I have to do is just wall it in and then take like an existing air duct.
There's already one right there for it.
And just pipe it in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to be fancy. You could use like 1/2-inch plywood. It doesn't have to be drywalled or finished out or nothing.
I wouldn't use 1/2 inch. That's too expensive.
But really?
Yeah.
Like 3/8?
The door panel. Yeah.
Something like that.
1/4 inch.
Quarter-inch Willie.
Yeah, you're saving like $30.
1/4-inch Willie boxing in and then throw a thing on top and let it eat.
That's really all you need.
Yeah. Mike Bellagio, hopefully you can look at that for me with a Big Red kicker. Big Red's coming tonight for $199, but not to the ball game. Is that how it goes?
That is correct.
Oh.
What's he got for the ball? What's he got in lieu of the ball game?
like
Which, by the way, don't forget tomorrow. We're all going to be there. Here, as a matter of fact, Lummy, I even gave you your tickets.
Yes, sir.
For Ashley and you. Anna, I gave Blummel your ticket.
Okay.
I gave Rhett his ticket to Blitz.
Yep.
Dan, you bought 4.
Yes.
I got 2 tickets. We're all going to be at the Tampa Tarpons game tomorrow. First pitch by my mom at 6:15. If she's feeling better. She is feeling better.
Is she
Dan.
better?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I mean.
But if anything, I'm the backup, and I haven't even pitched a ball in I don't know how long.
Is that your bad shoulder or your good shoulder?
That's my good shoulder, my right arm.
okay, cool.
I throw baseball
Cannon,
right.
lefty.
I throw baseball right. I throw a football left.
Oh,
Really?
Hold on. Wait till you hear how screwed up I am. So I kick right. I golf right. I'm right-handed with regards to wiping my ass and brushing my teeth and penmanship. But I shoot a basketball left, and I throw a football left, and I bat and throw baseball right.
How do you ride a skateboard?
Left foot forward or right foot forward?
Goofy?
Probably my pusher is my left.
Okay.
No, I can do both, actually. I can do both, I think. I'm not really Johnny Skateboard. I can get on it and push and go a little bit and maybe kind of turn around, but I'm not like, like the way Dan probably was when skateboards were out and you're jumping over things and making your skateboard do a little flip blip, and I ain't any of that guy.
You don't lay it on the ground, or you put it on the ground, lay on your belly, and just push?
No, I'm not that, and I'm also not Johnny, go down a rail guy. I would absolutely be calling Dan for a broken nose with my 2 front teeth out the minute that I tried to go down Amalie Arena's railing there, hand railing, like some of those kids do, right?
It's sick, isn't it?
I mean, I've actually seen a couple kids in the park screwing around like on a Saturday, and as much as they're, destroying public property and stuff like that, it's quite amazing, these street skateboarders that can go up and down the rail. Oh, it is. I mean, it's like, wow. And there's not a lot of places for them. Do we have a bona fide skate park?
Yes, we do.
We
used
do.
to have a really good one.
Yeah, it's still there.
It's still there.
The pool or whatever they call it, the real famous one. And then a couple of the new parks around have skate parks now.
Because Warsaw, Indiana, Larry, part of his park department, they have, Little Warsaw, Indiana, man, sometimes those little towns, because they get so heavily funded and stuff, and then they run out of stuff to buy. They got, like Larry, a part of his park, he's got a badass skateboard park, and then he's got a bona fide BMX track.
That's like Oldsmar has that.
Yeah.
Like a dirt.
Oldsmar has
those are fun.
Oldsmar has this giant one now.
And
like
it's free, and free
and
for the kids, right? And they have events there and everything.
They have like national events there.
Right. And it's owned by the city, so nobody had to put the money up or nothing.
That's cool.
Yeah, everyone did. Everyone had to put money up.
Well, that's true.
Taxes.
That's true. So tomorrow the Tampa Tarpons take on the Bradenton, is it Matadors?
Marauders.
There we
You
go.
know what that is.
It's Bubba Army night. Lummy, I'm gonna take my truck and for my mom and dad, and then I'm gonna drive. Maybe I should drive the smart car over there earlier in the day. What do you think?
Yeah, they're gonna just let me know what time you want to do it. They're gonna rope it off. It's gonna be right by the little.
Why don't you find out, Lummy? Like, what would maybe be the earliest I could take the smart car over there just to get it set?
Okay.
And then maybe I could take it over there at noon or 1 or something, just get it set.
Okay.
And then arrive to the game. I plan on, just to let everybody know, I think I told Blitz I'd prefer to have everybody there about no later, and this is Dan Diaco time, no later than 5:45.
Perfect.
Really? Okay.
I'd like you to be in your seats by 5, no later than 6.
You told me to get there at 5:30.
Well, you're always really responsible. Like I'll get there and you already have all the fire exits mapped out and how emergency situation and where you'll be sniping from and all that.
Bug out bag ready.
Right, the bug out bag ready. So, Dan, I would prefer that you not, be Dr. Dan Doctor on this one and get there at 1 second before the festivities like you usually do.
I'm not like that.
Usually, though, you're a doctor.
Yeah, but I show up to things on time. I'm punctual.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Like with regards to the.
When you tell me to be someplace at a time, I'm there.
Now, how about what's the etiquette for the luxury box at the ball game? Like, does your dad get mad if you roll in like?
Oh, he wants us there at kickoff. If we're not there at kickoff, he's upset.
Who's the first one to the box?
Dad.
Yeah, of course. He's the first one there.
And then he won't bust out the salad until Steve shows up. He keeps it in the fridge until Steve shows up.
Are you of the brothers? Are you the last one there?
Jay is usually.
Really?
Yeah.
And now, if you're not in
Jay's
place,
first gone. Jay's last there, first gone.
If you're not there for kickoff, and let's say you roll in, and the Bucks have already had the ball a few times, you get there with 5 minutes gone in the quarter. All right, do you get stink-eyed?
A little bit, yeah.
And will you say,
where were you? Blame on the kids. Dad, kids. Okay.
He should
He
have
goes,
said,
they're not even here.
He should have said, listen, I've had 3 of you heathens, and I was able to be on time. When your dad was the head doctor for the Bucks,
Right.
would you guys go to the? I think Jay said you guys would go to the. He'd have tickets for you,
Right.
The special little section, real close down by the bench, and then right before kickoff or some kind of ritual where he would come meet you guys down at the foot of the stairs and give you 3 programs and some bubble gum or something like that, and then he had to go do his job. Is that how it worked?
Well, we would get like 4 tickets, and we were usually only 3 people, so we try to sell a ticket. And back then, you could sell a ticket for about 50 cents.
Right.
Because nobody wanted to go.
Or just some hot chick that you gave it to.
Exactly.
Right.
And then when we get to the game, we go down to the wall, and he'd be on the field side, and we'd be on the other side, and we'd give him a kiss. He'd hand us a couple programs, and like literally like a handful of bubble gum.
That's it.
And then that's it. And then if we
you
were
guys
there,
had to fend for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Back then, you could have your kid up there. You didn't have to worry about a guy molesting you back then.
No, certainly not in the middle of the stadium.
Right.
Now, sometimes after the
It
game,
was only on the boat with the one guy, right?
Yeah,
That's the only time you got molested.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
From
on
a
the ski
family
trips.
friend.
Right.
Right.
Freaking predator.
Jesus.
So glad he's dead.
Did he really molest you?
He tried. He touched everybody.
For real?
Yeah, he was like the toucher. It was like the town,
Did you ever tell your mom? Did you ever tell your mom?
She knows about it.
Mom, we went on the boat and
No. At the time, no, because we didn't know what was going on at the time. Eventually it started. The stories started coming up.
Now,
but
at
my
what
stories
age?
were never.
Yeah, how old
what
were
age?
you?
When did this guy first attempt to touch you?
10, 15, 12, 14, 15.
And so
every summer.
And how did it happen? Like, what was...
Again, it was all that innocent stuff. And, like, he'd want to play, we go skiing. He'd want to ski naked. When I was, like,
Innocent stuff.
17, he'd try to take me to the casinos and get me to drink and, like, play cards with him and play, like, strip poker. I mean, it's just,
That's the innocent stuff?
Yeah.
everything was sketchy.
And this was a family
What the
friend,
hell?
was it not?
And he had a cool-ass Corvette.
The
And
red
he had
Corvette,
right?
right?
He had a cool, it wasn't red.
Oh.
But it was...
Something was red.
His boat was red.
That's what I remember.
Sparkly red boat.
Yeah.
We're talking, by the way, for those that are scoring at home,
Like
we're talking
metallic?
about Dr. Dan and his 2 brothers. They came, their mom and dad divorced, fairly early. And so they had a life, they had a certain amount of time they spent with their mom, Arlene, and a certain amount of time they spent with their dad, Joe. Well, Arlene had a friend a guy friend. Was he a doc? Was he a teacher?
Teacher.
So he was a teacher.
A math teacher.
Math teacher that worked with Arlene. Arlene was a teacher.
English teacher.
And he was like, Johnny, hey, I know that, the boys don't get to go out and do manly stuff all the time when they're with you, but I got this kick. Didn't he have a Corvette too?
He had a Corvette. He had a beach house. He had
all the things to ply young men.
Yeah.
And so he told Arlene, hey, I'll take the boys out on my pontoon boat or whatever the hell. It's, the poor kids, they don't get to do nothing. They're all cooped up, beating the hell out of each other, driving you insane. So Arlene was like, well, hell yeah. Go ahead. Take these 3 little bastards. I get tired of them. I can't take it anymore.
And see, it goes back even worse because now as I'm thinking about it as we're talking, he worked like sometimes part-time at this like, it was weird. It was like a combination, like a sporting goods store and a photography place. So like he was in the cameras and he probably has pictures of me naked.
But a lot
we
of
used to
people
get
do.
our shoes there at the end of the summer for the year. We'd get 1 pair of sneakers and we'd get them at this place.
And would he size you?
No,
Would
but
he be
we
the
also
guy
had
that,
to
like,
get...
grab your feet and rub your feet?
No, that's not the creepy part. The creepy part was the bathing suits. Mom wanted us all to match on the beach, so we would get literally like matching Speedos, and we'd go and try on all these Speedos.
Would he see your wiener?
Yeah.
and so... Anyway,
try on this pair. Try on this pair. Try on this pair.
He didn't like
And
any
also,
of them.
I
He
got
was
Did you put the lisp in there too?
Huh?
Did he have a little lisp?
No.
All right, well, you're putting at me for a fact.
Try this pair.
So
Now, try this pair. He talked like that.
All right, so...
Now, hey, Danny, you look muscular this year.
Sounds like my bubby.
God.
Now,
It's so creepy in retrospect. At the time, it seemed completely normal.
Yeah. Now, at what age did he make his first move on you? Now you're the oldest.
Oh, 15, 16.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so you
when-
were big enough.
We
to-
groomed,
He
though,
waited
but he
that long?
groomed us, though. In
Yeah.
retrospect, knowing what grooming
That's how they
is,
work.
I mean, he groomed us for years.
Of course.
so that his behavior is normal.
Right. He was
Yeah.
just like, completely like, not a scary guy, completely a friend,
trustworthy.
Exactly.
It was very much a long play. It was very much a long play.
It always
right?
is with like the
with the veterans, with the good ones, right?
With the crime.
You got the one guys who just
predators.
go out there and touch you right away spontaneously. They get caught.
No.
It's the
He'll get
guy
beat
that
up.
plays the long game, right?
Yeah, he was playing the long game.
So when do you think he started grooming you? 9, 10?
Oh yeah, definitely 9, 10.
Right, just befriending
Absolutely.
you, being
Yeah.
your buddy, you know.
And being my mom's friend, and getting her to trust him as well.
Now, who do you think he wanted the most out of you three?
Probably me.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. He had
You were the
he had
hottest.
Stephen worked for him for a whole summer.
Hold
Steve
on.
was
And
like
never
his
got
like
touched?
do boy. It was like Kato Caitlin for a whole summer.
Really?
You didn't get touched during that summer. You got touched that winter. It was weird.
Who got actually touched?
Steven got touched. I mean, he kind of like tried to like do a little bit of stuff, but never like really like touched anyone else. But
Steven.
yeah.
Now, what did Steven do? I mean, didn't Steven hit him?
Steve did a little wrestling move on him, and told him to never touch him again.
Now,
And then
was
he got
that
he
the
got
end of it?
He got the carpet cutter or the was it like a little knife?
Like a razor blade?
Razor knife. What's it called?
Utility knife?
Utility knife. Yeah.
Pocket.
That kept him off.
Huh.
Hold on. Steve's rolling around with a utility knife like
Yeah.
he's a carpet cutter?
Yeah.
Just to keep Mr. McGillicuddy off of him?
Yeah. He got a box cutter.
Man.
That's what it was.
Did he ever try
Box
to date
cutter.
your mom?
Yes, but they would go out like
Friends.
almost like friends.
Right,
Exactly.
because he was trying to get to you, but I'm thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
So you take my mom to the
And
casinos.
this guy was
and
good.
nice
Yeah.
dinners.
This guy was good. He was
Yeah.
really building
Like
up.
that guy from the Abducted in Plain Sight where he
Yes.
banged the whole family.
Right.
That's this guy.
That's this guy.
Math teacher.
Exactly.
I think it stopped at Joe. I don't think Joe would have fell for his antics.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think Joe would have
Hey,
given
Joe, can
him
you help me out with something?
like in the documentary.
Yeah.
He got the dad to give him oral, didn't he?
No, it was a Hansky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I
he
don't
got
think that
the
would have
dad.
fallen for that one.
Yeah, he's
So
like, hey,
he-
can you help me out with something?
He blasted the wife.
Yes.
He was trying to blast the daughter,
Which
and
he did.
ended up there. So he got the husband and is like, "Listen, I'm really lonely. I don't have a girlfriend, or my wife left me. And can you help me out here?" And like
They went on
a
a long drive and they were like in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, can you help me out here?" I'd be like, "Buddy, for real?
Help yourself out.
I mean, help yourself out. That's I do that all the time. It's not a big deal. But I mean, I don't think you need me. I mean, I'm not. I mean, if I was into that sort of thing, it would be okay. But I'm not wired like that, bud. I mean, go ahead and help yourself. I'll Louis C.K. it if you want me to. But I mean,
Yeah.
right? I mean, if you want an
How he
audience,
phrased it, but
yeah, I know. But boy, try that with Daddy Joe.
Yeah, no
I
way.
mean, was Daddy Joe tough? Like, was he ever he was kind of a big dude, wasn't he?
Dad?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he was a 6-foot Italian guy. So, he felt like he could beat up anyone.
Right. Did he have your kind of, real dickish swagger?
Oh yeah. He was intolerable.
He was?
Oh yeah. Are you kidding me? He was the loudest voice in the hospital. But he ran the hospital. I mean, it was like his.
he was head of
Yeah,
he was head of the
everything.
doctors
He
for a
was head of
while, was he
everything.
not?
Yeah.
And so you never really got touched by Johnny Teacher
No.
deal. Now, why didn't you warn your brothers that it was coming?
Because I didn't know it was abnormal.
What do you mean you didn't know it
That's
was
just
that?
how it
At the
was.
time,
That's
that's the
how
whole
he
thing.
was.
That's the whole point of it, Bubba, is that kids are in that situation and they don't realize that things are not right. They may question it a little bit, but it's
I
a
must have been a
trusted
fat
family
ass,
friend.
unattractive kid
He's-
because I never got my wiener touched or
That's
nothing.
why, like everyone.
Yeah,
That's why,
exactly.
like everyone instills in their kids now, like, hey, like these are your private areas. If anyone touches them, tell your parents immediately. 'Cause
Right.
Otherwise, they don't know any different.
And I got to tell you, man, that is an uncomfortable conversation to have with your son or daughter.
Yes, the whole thing is
But you have
uncomfortable.
to.
Then as soon as you hear
better
about it,
than-
you want to just go take a baseball bat to the a-hole that did it.
Because I can remember sitting Tyler down when he was just going to school, and he might have been like maybe 6 or 7, something like that. And he was starting to play like a flag football, and not that he was going to be in any environment where he was showering or anything like that, but just there was coaches.
if a
and,
dad drives
yeah.
him home or whatever.
Well, I didn't even allow that, but I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
saying, like, you got to have. And so I'm like, hey, Tyler, yeah, Dad, listen, nobody except your parents should ever be touching your privates or looking at them or anything like that, like your pee-pee, like none, okay? And if anybody ever does, you need to let me know because it's not normal under any there's no, now if we're at a doctor's or something like that,
And we're there with
your
you.
dad, and your dad, and your mom, or your mom's there, or your aunt Tara, whoever, there are some situations, but This is just not normal. You've got to tell me or your mom.
Yeah, but Dad, I'm 19. What about my girlfriend?
I mean, Dan, have you had that conversation?
Yes, and I think
now Sophia's getting to the point where she's going to start dating here soon.
Right.
Yeah,
and
like
thank God
think about
she's
that.
so not into guys right now.
Well, and she's
she tells you.
she's an attractive girl. Like, I'm not trying to be weird or nothing, but
yeah,
she's
cute.
pretty.
Right.
And little Danny's going to be handsome. He's already rolling.
Danny's trying already. I mean, he's got girls calling him at night and stuff like that. He's going to be. I just hope he doesn't get a girl pregnant before he's out of high school.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm scared of. That's my biggest problem with him.
I almost want to take Tyler in for a vasectomy immediately.
Yeah, he's a flaming heterosexual.
Now,
he was looking
him?
at like Venus swimwear. Remember, he used to look at like Venus swimwear catalogs with one hand as like a 5-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
that's what I'm saying.
That's a little aggressive.
That's very aggressive.
That's
so
a little aggressive.
He's like I said, a flaming heterosexual.
Now,
so Sophia doesn't like really guys. She's not into it. She's into her girlfriends and hanging out.
Have you overheard any of little Danny's talk to these girls?
No.
Like, have you eavesdropped?
Does he have actual game or not yet?
Does he have any game at all?
I don't know. I don't know
what a 10-year-old game is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I want to. I mean, I was trying to give him a little privacy. I mean, what's the worst you could get in trouble? What kind of trouble can you get into?
I know, but you should
Say
listen
that
in.
now.
You should listen in to see what kind of game. Like, he's what he's saying. Like, and it's just going to probably be cute little kid stuff, but you never know. What if he's like, hey, full blown Cheetos fingers?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, so you being ambidextrous, Bubba,
though.
what fingers would you rather do cheater fingers with? What hand?
Right.
Right hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because don't forget my bad shoulders on my left too.
Right.
Which hinders me.
Sometimes
now, Dan, what if
tough.
you relied on your wife to have to talk about the birds and the bees, or the possible starting to like the opposite or same sex, starting to be somewhat sexual? There's a point as a kid where you kind of are hormonally going through changes, and that's when you would be most likely to mess around with somebody, right? Could you rely on Romina to have that talk?
Well, I think Romina has successfully and gently taken her through that transition of being, of having her menstruation and going through those changes. I mean, those changes seem to have been pretty uneventful, and so Romina did a good job with that. When it comes to teaching her about, the actual, sexuality and the act of sexuality, I don't even want to think about it.
I know you don't want to think about it, but you got to, and you can not only do you got to think about it, but you got to get involved.
Dan looks around and goes, "Shouldn't we be going to break right now?"
Yeah,
or something?
6:36.
Still pretty early.
Actually, it's 20.
Like 15 minutes.
It's like 27.
I know.
That
We got
first
plenty
break
of time,
sometimes
Dan.
is
Don't
long.
worry.
By the way,
I'll have that conversation.
Gary Cantrell on the Venmo for 20. Thank you so much. And then Rudy, $100 on the Cash App.
Nice.
Both at the Bubba Army, and we're actually asking people, man, start doing it that way. It's maybe even take it off Twitch a little bit, because Twitch charges you this and that. Like it kind of nickel and dime it. Just take it right to Cash App and Venmo. It all goes to we have the same accounting system, regardless of where you give us your money. Venmo and Cash App seems to be better for you and us. So take it over there. We get just as much of love and credit over there. Thank you. So, Dan, but you're going to have that conversation with Sophia.
I will. And, again, she's completely, so into her girlfriends and being social with the other girls. She's at an all-girls school. And so there's not a lot of contact.
No, he's not in an all boys yet. He will be, though.
No, when he's in high school, he'll be. But right now he's, mixed. And like I said, I'm glad that Dan's having fun and he's able to talk to girls. Some kids at that age are afraid of girls and can't talk to them.
You're right.
I said,
They're
listen,
shy.
I told them both. Because, they just started school this week. I said, listen, you go to school, you look at the teacher when she's talking to you, and you be friends with everybody. Be nice to everybody, because the most popular kid in school is the one that's friends with everybody, and no one messes with them.
And Diacos
be nice
are
to
always
everyone.
popular.
And you're less likely to get shot.
And don't besmirch the great Diaco name, because we roll around as the most popular people, buddy. We're not the dark sheep or the dark horse or the shy guy and the cool. We're Diacos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dark sheep, black sheep, whatever the hell. White sheep, green, I don't know. Let's just say different colored sheep.
Right.
Because I don't
The
know that you
woke
can.
version of sheep.
Yeah, it is.
Jesus.
Dan, are you ready for our new show?
I'm going to be. I've been brainstorming and thinking about topics and
Now,
getting
hold on.
some material together.
But here's the thing. I don't want you to get mad.
Okay.
But it's not going to be Dr. Dan makes woke its bitch. It's going to be we make woke our bitch, and it's going to be you and I.
Okay,
Figure
cool.
take a little less heat off you.
Great.
You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you. That's cool.
Plus, I can get more involved and set you up.
That's cool. No. That's awesome.
Just like I have my specialty show with Brian and Brent. I'm right, you're left, we're screwed. I'm infused into that, that show. I just can't sit here and let somebody do a show and run the board, and I got to be
There's
involved.
no way you can do that.
It's got to be. It's my channel, and you're my boyfriend. So, and we're both not woke.
And it's so much better with you than without you.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Oh,
that's
that's
my
sweet.
man.
True, though.
That's my
It's
man.
true.
It is.
It's
So
true.
next Friday, I think we're
not
doing
him.
that, right?
You know?
Next Friday.
Yes.
And what approx 3? Did you say
3:30, I think. Could we do 3? I'll try to be here by 3.
3:30 would be fine.
3:30 is easier for me to guarantee. I can probably get here a little early, but I have a feeling if it's 3, I'll be here at 3:10.
Okay, well, I got a feeling let's try to start at 3:30. That'll get you here at 3:20,
Okay.
which means that Jennifer, the office manager, will be less mad at me because you ran out of there in the middle of, 4 procedures.
Correct.
Because, you drop everything for the show, and they hate me.
They don't hate you, but I do drop everything.
How is everything going over there in the plastic surgery world? Have you had any increased? Have you started marketing the Morpheus now that
Yes,
Kim
we're doing
Kardashian
a lot. We're doing a lot of Morpheus, and we are starting to do a couple tummies and thighs.
on the Morpheus?
Yes, and
I might try my tummy, or is mine too far gone? You think?
Well, I think that the
Yeah, I know.
tummy,
You might as well
Be
just said it.
gentle.
I think the tummy treatment is really better for like a girl that's like 35 with 2 kids. It's still thin but has that loose skin.
Not a guy that's bloated out.
I think that
I'm just saying, Dan. Not a guy that's bloated out.
I think that there's better
Say
applications
it, not
for
a
you.
guy that blew it out.
Not a guy that's
Like
blew it out.
what? Like what, Dan? What are the better? What's better?
Like for Bubba, I think working on his face and around his eyes and things like that is probably more cost effective and time effective.
Right. Then that big, the Shar-Pei belly that I have. Right.
I got other options for that.
See, like Anna. Like she looks, like Anna, it would be probably somebody. It would be perfect
On my
for the.
tummy? I don't even
No,
know.
on your
On
face
my
to
face,
keep you
yeah.
looking in your
on
20s.
on your
Yeah.
face, or maybe like on your side butt, or anything that you just got a little bit of. You want to just kind of whatever.
Yeah, tighten it up.
You're real close. You're real dialed in. But man, that just kind of gives you a kicker.
Sure, yeah.
The Morpheus can't work miracles. It can't.
It's not a magician.
Right, but it can get you. If you're close, it'll dial you in.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Dan. You can't make big sweeping changes. A guy that's lost 100 pounds. I'm gonna have to go in there and get it cut out probably.
Well,
Something like that.
I mean, and often it's a combination of things. It's like the Morpheus plus skincare. And, in that combination over a few months, your skin gets looking just amazing. And so most people that do the Morpheus once do it again. They like it.
Yeah, and now that maybe perhaps girls can use it on other body parts, like Kim Kardashian was using it on her stomach. And you guys hadn't used that your Morpheus on stomachs at all.
No, we have not. And so it's something else we're going to, start doing more of.
Hey, Anna and Blitz, I have an announcement for you two specifically. You're not going to have to worry about me wanting any of your Celiuses.
Oh,
You
you
don't
didn't
like
like
them?
it?
I tried one. It tastes like alcohol. It tastes like almost
Hell
a
yeah.
claw or something.
What flavor do you have?
I don't. Whatever. I'll tell you what flavor I got. The flavor that Blitz didn't want, and he handed it to
And
me.
no, it's the one that's Count Big
Wild
sent
berry?
a bunch of.
Is that kiwi and strawberry?
Yes.
Can I try
No,
it? Because
no,
I think
it's-
I hate it.
Yes. Come here. You know what? Just
Can I
take.
try it?
Just take.
Is it carbonated or not? 'Cause that might make a difference.
It's carbonated.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not gonna
Oh,
like.
it's nice. Oh, the kiwi one.
Here, in fact, you can have
Yeah,
it.
it's
Guava, kiwi
then-
guava.
guava kiwi.
Oh, that's one of our favorites.
Yeah, it really is a good one.
Yeah. It just shows you how weird you two really are.
Yeah.
Tastes like. It's got especially Dan, if you're a Monster guy like us, like we're big
Is it
Monster.
cold? Is it
Yeah,
cold?
it's cold.
Oh, okay, because that makes a difference.
See, I don't think it has. I don't think it has an alcohol taste at all.
All right, so here's the big taste test.
Doesn't it have a
Like
bite?
grapefruit. Tastes like grapefruit juice.
I like
With
that.
bubbles.
To me, it tastes like it's got the residue of like an alcoholic claw truly deal.
Yeah.
Feel ish.
It doesn't make you
Fake
smile.
flavor.
It's like
It doesn't make you smile.
I mean, when we were doing
up.
that fiend, it's like the question was, does it make you smile or does it make you make an ugly stink face?
Right.
And this gave me a stink face.
I think you can
keeps
equate
you when it
that.
has more caffeine than a Monster.
Hold on, Dan. I think you
I
can.
guess I'll stop
I think-
talking to the sales people about sponsorship then.
No, if they're ready guys are
Yeah, we love Sirius.
I actually was talking to them last week. So.
Okay.
Well, me and
I
Blitz
love
love
this
it.
Do
stuff.
they have any
Look at-
non-carbonated ones?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, well then Blitz, I'll non-carbonate. In fact, here's why I'm a little confused is because I have had a Sirius.
Oh God.
No. I have had
Not
a
helping, Dan.
Sirius.
Not helping.
It's a toothbrush.
I have had a
Toothpaste?
Sirius that I have ripped off. I've ripped off a couple of Blitz's Siriuses over the months, and they were, I think, the non-carbonated ones, and I really liked them. Like, I was like, wow, I like this. And then I drank this one, and I didn't know that they had carbonated versus non-carbonated. I'm like, well, I don't remember it tasting like this.
Bubbly.
So I think, in fact, do we have any non-carbonated ones around?
I think so. I'll look.
But maybe that's the problem.
I
And
generally
secondly,
like the
I'd love to
carbonated
do an
ones, so-
endorsement for them. I would love to. I can,
yummy.
yeah.
I'll bring in a
I'll
few I
be
got
a
from home
spokesperson.
too. So I have there's a
Yummy.
Celsius Heat.
I've never even tried that.
I don't want to get hot. I'm already too hot.
They're the full size like a Monster,
Yeah.
and there's 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Oh
in
my
it.
god,
yeah, give me
that's
that.
bang energy all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like bang.
I'll be on
I'll
fire.
bring a few of those
So
next week.
how much is in this thing?
200.
Yeah. What's in a Monster? Like
160?
160?
That's it. Mm-hmm. So I have to drink 3 of them.
That's right.
Give me Blitz. If they got a non-carbonated Heat, I'd like to really try that.
All right, I'll check.
It's been brought to my attention, and I'm the last person to know. But my sister, Dan, knew. Were you talking to my sister?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I talked to her husband.
Tarek.
Yes.
And why would they be calling you? Like, why would you guys be having? You know,
What services could you provide?
I called him.
what did they need from you?
Dan
He
wanted
had
breakfast, so he called him up.
He had surgery.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
At your place?
No, at the hospital, at the TOS. Or Advent.
He did?
Yeah.
Is he okay?
He's okay.
Was it plastic?
It was no, it was medically indicated. It was not like a cosmetic procedure. Is that what you're asking? Like something like fancy like
yeah,
that?
like
No,
was
no,
he
no.
getting his pec sculpted or something?
No.
Why do I not know about this? Why do I not know?
I don't know, sometimes people sneak in under the radar, and so I
is
saw
he
him on
okay?
Monday. I saw him on Monday and did surgery on Thursday.
Oh, you did the surgery?
Yeah, I did the surgery. So I was calling him to.
So Tara's catering in breakfast to the show for Dan's
sweet.
generosity of helping and having done a surgery procedure on her husband. But that really will you tell me privately?
Mm-hmm.
Was it penis reduction?
No, it wasn't that. But when I called him though, I had it in the background, some Arabic music, really loud, and it was funny.
Trying to be Dan.
Yeah, it was funny.
Some Middle Eastern Arabic music.
Yeah, it was. Tara laughed. They all laughed. They were crying.
Now, Dan, you know you're leaving at 8:30 today.
Yes.
Did you cancel Jay?
I didn't even tell him to come in. So.
Okay, perfect. Well, because I'm having it's going to be a big Kevin Hanks.
Kevin, I understand.
Right.
And listen, again, if I can say this as an aside, your listeners are smart. They can read through the BS. We've known Kevin for 20 years.
Plus.
He's been a hero,
Solid.
an asset, and he's gotten off his ass to do something for all of us and for the country and for the sake of the country. He understands the law. He understands the Constitution. I know he's conservative, but of the conservative candidates, he's the one that I trust the most. And it would be hard to trust as Anna Paulina Luna because she is in my opinion,
Carpetbagger.
a carpetbagger, lunatic, fake person. And so she has no
Credibility.
loyalty to this community, and Kevin does. And Kevin put 2 of his kids in military academies. That's how much he believes in our country.
Listen, if somebody would
I want her to lose this election and get a job at the dollhouse because I want to see her start dancing.
I would have to. I would have to agree.
So she'd be better off. She'd be better off shaking her ass for $20 than representing us in Congress.
Should be on OnlyFans.
In my opinion.
She should be.
And a
Blitz.
camo,
Blitz, that's where she
thong.
needs to be. Is OnlyFans immediately. I mean,
We'll subscribe.
Listen, here's the deal, man. If you live in Pinellas County District 13, you're GOP and you're registered Republican. Don't blow off the primary because
This Tuesday.
It's this
the
Tuesday.
23rd, I believe.
And I think you can early vote clear till Sunday.
Correct.
And you got to find out where your early voting precinct is because it's usually different from where your regular voting precinct. Sometimes they're similar. Most of the time they're not. And so you find out if you got an opportunity to swing over there the next couple days, do so. But more importantly, man, if you do live in that area, just do your due diligence. Really, literally, just look into maybe let's say 4 or just look into the GOP candidates. And quite frankly, yes, I'm very skewed, but quite frankly, there's not even a close second. Just based on
experience, credibility,
the overall likeness. Just
someone who's lived in this area his entire life.
Right.
Somebody that hold on,
Who
I'll even
knows
do
the
you one better,
issues.
Anna.
Locally.
Somebody that lived in the district his entire life.
Correct.
Outside of college.
Yeah.
Right.
And still does today.
Yeah, right.
Right. Somebody that has lived in the district
Knows
that he's
the local
running
issues.
for all of his life except for his education.
I mean, that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
All of his family has lived there all of his life. His father has lived there all of his life. His father is still an active dentist. I think they are underestimating Kevin's brand and his last name. I mean, let's be honest, Dan, in mostly almost everywhere around here, but particularly in Hillsborough County, Diaco is a last surname that people are familiar with one way or the other.
A lot of times, yes.
Yes, and Hazlet in that small Pinellas County is far smaller and more community close-knit than you would think.
More than Hillsborough.
Yeah, far more than Hillsborough.
I think so.
And so the people of District 13 in Pinellas County have seen Kevin on TV as a legal expert for Channel 10 and 9 and 28, and they're familiar with his commercials on TV and his billboards. His father is 80 plus some years old and has been a dentist, I think practicing dentistry for 50 plus years in that area. I mean, that's tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people that have been exposed at one time or another to Kevin Hazlet as a name. And more often than not, the local elections, is a popularity contest. You're like, oh, I've heard of the Bilirakis guy before, or I've heard of the Caster, or Kevin Hazlet, that's familiar. And you just mark it down.
Right.
It's a familiarity contest.
Often,
Not
yes.
who has the best looking, ass in fatigues with a stand-in German Shepherd and a prop AR-15. That doesn't even live there, and by some, I don't know, miracle got Donald Trump's endorsement last time when she was the candidate running against Charlie Crist.
And, something that's distinguishing, too, is that, Kevin is going to take a pay cut to do this.
Yeah.
He's going to sacrifice money to do this because he's so motivated. Just like I was, not trying to bring it to me again, but just like I was motivated to do something when I went to law school.
You took a pay cut?
I took a pay cut. He got off his ass. He's going to take a pay cut because he feels like it's necessary now. It's like now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country. And so that's how he's feeling. He's feeling motivated and he's feeling empowered to help. And so I do really support what he's doing. The popularity contest is tough because I agree that a lot of times people make just like you said, like a subconscious decision, like I'm just going to vote here or I'm just going to vote there. And, really, Kevin's policy issues are superior. His integrity is superior. And again, you're voting for someone that knows the area, is part of this community, and is not, for her, it's going to be a windfall. He's taking a pay cut. She's going to have a windfall. She's going to be making more money.
She finally has a job.
He's not trying to make a career out of it.
No.
He's not trying to be a lifelong politician where she is.
No, he's made his money.
Right, exactly.
I mean, he's made his
this is
money.
kind of something he wants to do in the twilight of his career.
And she wants to do something where she's not making $1 at a time.
That should be actually Kevin's little slug on her. Anna Luna Polina, Polana, Paluna, whatever. Trying to get a job that doesn't pay $1 at a time. That's brilliant.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
I really
It'll
want to.
fucking pump you up. I mean,
They do pump you up though.
strong.
They do jack you up though.
Yeah. I try not to have them too much because then obviously.
So that little thing's got more caffeine than this big. Wow.
I think that one has 160. Usually Monsters do. I could be wrong, but that
Oh,
one's
this is 200?
Yeah. But have you tried Bang? Because that shit I do not like.
I like it.
That fucking jittered me out.
Oh, the caffeine part you didn't like.
Yeah. And I didn't even.
The
I only
flavor I
had a
didn't
few
like.
sips. Yeah, the flavor was fine, but like a few sips,
Hey,
and I was
Lummy.
like shaky.
She's not in the room.
Here.
We need.
No, I'm good. Blitzy, bring my label maker if you can. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
labels during my downtime.
It's downtown, drink it. Drink it, hoes. Did you work out this morning, Bubs?
No.
I worked out last night. Fucking awesome.
So
Killed
bummed,
it.
I'm so bummed the fuck
I did a full
out.
body workout.
I couldn't get to sleep last 2 nights
Oh no.
by my time, and then I'm just been fucked.
Do you want
up.
to try some CBD?
No, but that chick on fucking TV to the left is hot as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, I like that look. Little hair pulled back, kind of got a little Hispanic look.
She looks a little Asian. Not that that's bad or anything. I don't know.
Asian with a fucking Hispanic kicker work.
Yeah. No, and that the combination isn't bad. She personally, I didn't think was that much to look at. Buy caffeine on eBay. Yeah. It's a waste of time and a massive placebo. Gotta have the full flower and nothing at all. Says Scud Rob UK. Well, it works for me, placebo or not. I don't give a fuck. Puts me to sleep. Can you find out how someone out of state can get one of Kevin's shirts? I mean, Kevin will be in at 8:30, so you probably can ask him. Good morning, Organic Gene. Great, stop and go, Steve. Oh. No, I didn't smoke it. I got this oil, CBD oil, and I only use about half of what's prescribed as a single dose. It says like 1 mil. I do like 0.5, maybe between 0.5, 0.75. And I fucking put that under my tongue, hold it there for 30 seconds, wash it down with some water, and it just mellows me out. And I think it does work because I do feel, every time I use it, I do feel a little groggy in the morning, so I feel like something's happening. But I could be wrong, it could be total placebo bullshit, whatever. I fall asleep with fucking good. 1 mil is 15 dropper drops. Well, the dropper just has like a measured out 0.25, 0.5, 0.75. Good morning. Ding, ding, ding. The THC tinctures. We should do an ambient show. 3 hours in the 2 Ambien start official. I've never taken Ambien before, but it intrigues me. Dr. Dan's here. We're just stop break. Mushroom microdosing. Well, you should talk to Bubba about that, Smizik Slayer. Hello, Uncle Eric. Yeah, that's what I hear with Ambien. I was first introduced to Ambien in college when I had a friend. Her name was Megan, and she was big on prescription pills before they were cool. And I remember she would come over, and she would be on Ambien, and she's like, if you can, like, struggle through being tired, on the other side awaits an amazing world of hallucination and sleepwalking. So she would come over and just like fucking push through, and then she just said, I guess she would get some like good high out of it.
Got my watermelon rehab. So one of the guys in the chat was saying you should try that watermelon rehab.
Is it good?
Yeah, try it. I haven't chased it yet. I haven't sipped it yet.
What kind is that?
The watermelon rehab.
Oh, yeah.
Really good.
I accidentally.
It's not that bad in the morning either. You know what I mean? Like as a first thing, like something like the lemonade's too harsh in the morning.
I stumbled upon one of those the other day.
Philly Philly is better.
Yeah, it's delicious. Hey, Bub, have you tried the watermelon rehab?
No.
Oh, just take a sip real fast.
Lotus Landscape, 19 months.
He just cracked open his
Trucker
white.
Jim.
The white monsters are pretty
5566.
good. The peach monsters are the best.
Zero, Willie?
Zero, yeah, it's zero. It's got to be 5 calories.
Good morning, Little Wolvers Afterburg.
Haha, you're gone, bitch. What's that guy? Stelter?
Put that in the mix, right?
Stelter?
Yeah,
I gotta have that.
The CNN guy.
That other one.
Yeah, he's done.
Strawberry.
The bald guy.
You're dumb. You're dumb.
High five, Girl Scout.
High five, Girl Scout. You're dumb. You're gone.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show. Bubba 199 tonight on a Wags Bubba playlist, maybe a T-Quest kicker. Lummy has, I think, the roster who's all going to be here. Well, is it 1 or 2 Nashes?
As of right now, it's 2 Nashes.
Yay!
2 Nashes, Mike Bellagio, no OFF, no not a fan. No, not a
Not a fan is not. It's 50%.
All right. Big Red, Tease, Merch Crick, Anna, Plummel, you.
Reagan,
Mitch,
I believe.
Mitch DeMarc, which is the young boy for the Nash.
That's a pretty full house.
Buck from Charleston.
Yep, and his wife.
I think that's...
And Hinstar.
And Hinstar. Isn't Hinstar a Hall of Famer?
No, he is not. You're thinking of Hierarchy 65.
I got my Hall of Fame list. Fildo Red, Larry Bellagio, Hierarchy 65, Larry P, JB Wood, Greg and Amy, RC Helleman, Slammin' Phoebe's Beef, 843 Bubba, D in the back, Poodle Ball and Bubba's Kanks, Ghost Shuck, class of 2022. Lummy, are you on that?
Yes, sir.
What are you on?
I am on. I believe you paid the bus yesterday, did you not?
Did I pay it?
I think you did.
Nobody sent me Nobody sent me an invoice.
I got a notification.
Unless Blitz paid it from our.
No one sent me anything, and I thought it was going to you.
No, I want to pay it. I just haven't been sent, and I haven't been sent an invoice or nothing.
I sent. I emailed it to you yesterday.
You did?
Yeah, that's why I thought, because it came back paid.
Did you forget? You forget you paid it?
I don't. I don't even know. I'm gonna have to go back and look
I'm
at
gonna start sending you some invoices then. If you just pay them and forget.
Lummy,
I'll send you what I got from them.
Yeah. How did I pay them?
I believe credit card. I'm gonna click on it and look.
I paid a bunch of invoices yesterday. I paid the flag invoices for the 3x5 double those.
I can't wait to see those.
I paid for.
Did you pay that for that at the Best Buy invoice?
Some more koozies. No, is that the Best Buy invoice?
No, the one you sent me when you were on vacation.
Oh God, Bubs.
Oh,
it's okay.
Well, isn't that good on it that I sent it to Blitz?
Absolutely.
Yes, better than responding to them directly.
So Dan, I get this email saying Best Buy, man, they want to, put you owe us $399 for another 3 years of Geek Squad. Something. And
No, that's a scam.
Even Dan.
Yeah.
I know.
So Bubba texted me, and we were in Daytona, and the self-service there is horrible. But like when someone sends me a picture, it has like a little icon that's downloading. So he sent me a text and said, "Hey, do we really need this?" And he had said what it was.
$399 for. I'm like, I got my own Geek Squad. His name's Blitz.
And I said, Bubba, I don't. The picture didn't download yet, but I guarantee it's a scam. And then the picture did finally came in. I was like, oh yeah, absolutely scam.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, please ask. I don't care.
Well, I knew that the T-shirt lab place, it wasn't, the invoices that I did pay yesterday, they're people that I know. But Lummy, I don't remember paying the.
If you never saw the invoice,
was it after 4 p.m.?
It looks like what they did is they sent this new invoice, and then they sent last year's paid invoice. So they were double checking to make sure that it's the same exact thing.
All right, so indeed, I did not pay it.
No, you did not. They just sent me the one that already has paid on it.
The one that. Is that what I owe?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
All right, well, I'm going to pay it.
Okay.
Today, and then there'll be no excuses.
Yep.
Like, we're paid in full. Like, boom. So start getting those pictures ASAP. I'd like Grouper Lips to start, printing soon.
Yes, sir.
What is up with Tom Brady? I mean, Lummy, you're the sports guy.
What's the deal?
Obviously, Dan, you are a huge Buccaneer fan. You used to be a doctor for the team. You got your own luxury box. You obviously keep up to speed as to what's happening. Your dad probably has a pulse and an inside to various intel. Lummy, what are people saying? Because Bowles, the head coach, was non-committal yesterday as to when he was directly asked when Brady's coming back. Brady stepped away from the team on August 11th to deal with personal things.
Mm-hmm.
The media was told that he'd be back by the second preseason game?
No, after the second preseason game.
After.
Yes.
And I guess Bowles was asked that, yesterday, and he's only saying, we'll see. We'll talk about it next week. Like, is there something going on?
No, the main reason Tom Brady retired when he did, he said he wanted to spend more time with his family and kids. What they're saying is that while he was off, they already planned a vacation and time with their kids, like before they would go back to school, and then Tom would kind of, deal with the kids, go on the first day and things like that.
Look, Tom's got to manage his new guys down in Miami.
Yeah.
Right. But, I mean, hasn't school started for everybody?
This week.
When you're Tom Brady's kid, you don't need to go to school.
Yeah, you always skip the first 2 weeks orientation.
Yeah,
You're
the
all
private
in.
schools are all started this week, so I'm sure that this is. I understand being wanting to be with your kids the last week of summer and getting them ready for school and doing one last little vacation, and he hasn't been able to do that for 20 years.
It's just weird that if that was the deal and they had that deal in place, why wouldn't they just say, look, when we re-signed Tom, he said, I've got this week that I've got stuff I need to do. I want to spend time with my kids, and that we were okay with it.
Or better yet, hold on. Why didn't Tom say that?
Right.
I mean, that really comes across good. If Tom's at the podium, is like, listen, I just want to let you know I re-signed with the Bucs, but there's a caveat to this, and that I've already agreed with the Bucs that I'm going to take 2 or 3 weeks off.
And look, I'm Tom Brady. You think I need to go to training camp every day?
I'm going to be late. I'm going to go to training camp when it opens. I'm then going to take a small hiatus to see my kids, first day of school and stuff like that. I'll be rejoining the team sometime in the middle of training camp.
It's a bad precedent for players, though, to allow that as a coach. I mean,
because
all of a sudden, every big shot, high draft pick's going to want to have a week in August off.
No, Dan, I'm sorry.
I understand they're not him.
No, hold on. There's only one Tom Brady.
Well, I understand that, which is why they'll pull it off. But he's probably trying not to advertise it because, again, keeping it ambiguous helps prevent other players from insisting on the same. Just because he's the only one that's really deserved of it, but so why wouldn't Aaron Rodgers be deserved of it? And
He did it last year.
I understand, and
he
it's
pulled
bad.
He pulled that prank last year.
It's bad for the team. It's bad for the other players. It shows favoritism. It's they're supposed to be equals on the field.
And they say it's like family time, then because the other players you got to think. I mean, they're like, oh.
I mean, we were able to spend we were able to get our family time in during the break. You could have as well, and you have far more resources than we do, private jets and things like that. And well, I mean, Dan, you can speculate because you've been for 4 or 5 years in the as a coach on the sidelines and seen how coaches. I don't think Chucky would have ever allowed this.
No,
I mean, I don't think John Gruden allows this.
And the Bucs said that Tom's first day off was the 11th. This was that plan, his supposedly 10 days starting on the 11th. Well, I guess he missed the 5th, the 6th, there was a few other days that he missed. That
you think he's regretting coming back?
No,
I don't think he is. I think they had this all worked out, and that's one reason he came back to the Bucs. Hey, we'll give you that time off. You're a constant pro. You don't have to be here at training camp.
The alternative story is that there's a problem with someone in his family. Someone could be sick or something that we don't know about.
Right. I mean,
it could be something like that. It could be mom or even Giselle. Who knows?
Here's how you fix this problem. Is you cut the amount of you do 2 preseason games instead of 4. And I know that everybody is in the league wants 4 for selfish reasons. And they even added a 17th game on to the season. Why not this, Lummy? Why not make preseason games, make them 2 and add another and make it an 18-game season?
Well, there are only 3 preseason games.
Oh, they
did knock out one of them.
The only
and
one
so the trade-off
4 is the Hall of Fame game.
Right.
So 2 teams play an extra.
Play 4.
Yeah.
Which those are the people that play in the Canton for the Hall of Fame game.
Correct.
Which is the opening of the season, which nobody ever watches.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they only have 3 preseason games.
Yeah, the Bucks only have the Titans and the Colts left.
But if I was a league, I'd go down to 2.
Because they're useless games. They're so useless.
I'd give them I'd be like, you know what, players? We're not going to add the 18th game onto the season, but we are going to drop yet another preseason game, and it only gives you 2 because it's just that less likely to get hurt. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how many players get hurt in game 3 of preseason. Right.
And here's how they could do it. They could still spread it out over 3 weeks and just have them play 2 games over a 3-week period.
Right.
And so, you know what I mean? Just they're playing for 3 weeks still, but everyone only has to play 2 games. Because no one's going to say, like, oh, I got to watch the Packers preseason, the Bucks preseason, the Steelers preseason. No one's trying to watch 7 preseason games in a Saturday or Sunday.
I can't even really watch preseason games,
painful.
to be honest
They suck.
Well, the big argument is you're taking away from those players that are trying to make it.
That's fine. They got 3 games or 2 games to prove themselves, and the league's all about. Listen, you're getting some reps so that you can maybe catch on to another team. But I mean, it's you're talking about a minute. There's only a certain amount of guys that are going to make the team, regardless of how many preseason games there are. You're either good enough to make the team, and if you got the skill set to be in the NFL. You may spend a few years on a practice team. You may get cut here and there and be a free, but eventually you'll get your shot.
Kurt Warner.
If you are good. Prime example, Kurt Warner. He was like with the Iowa Barnstormers Indoor Football League.
Yeah, he got jobbed out for a while, and then they eventually realized how good he was, and then he spent 12 years in the NFL.
And you're seeing now guys on NFL rosters that have come from the USFL. Have you not? I mean, you're seeing there's a couple of guys from the USFL that are going to make the NFL.
Yeah,
there's a handful of guys.
Well,
if you're good, you're going to get discovered. You don't need that 4th preseason game that potentially could hurt, a veteran, so to speak.
I agree, and there's guys dropping every weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you remember this. That there's been some preseason games where you've seen some bubble guys. I mean, do amazing things, catch 35-yard passes, and score like 3 times in the game, and they still get their asses cut.
Yeah,
so it's useless.
Well, the Packers are the original team that cut Kurt Warner. So I
know.
But they had a good backup too.
Hold on now. Let's not forget though, the Packers also had Mark Brunell.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
And they had another, I think he was a black guy.
Well, he had Hasselbeck, didn't they?
They had Hasselbeck. And then they had another guy that went on had a pretty good career. Was it Brooks or Aaron Brooks?
Aaron Brooks. Yeah, he went to the Saints.
Yeah, the Packers were like Mike Holmgren and Ted Thompson and Ron Wolf, man, they knew quarterback talent. Look at the quarterbacks that came through Green Bay. Now, obviously, the most noted two, talking about since from 1990 to present day. Lummy, you got Brett Favre.
Yep.
You got Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
You got Mark Brunell.
Yep.
You got Aaron Brooks. You got Matt Hasselbeck. You got Ty Detmer, who went on to be, he was a journeyman in the league, but I think he was in the league 15, 16 years as a backup.
He was a backup. And Matt Flynn,
Matt Flynn.
He played for a couple of teams.
He went to Seattle on a big free agent deal.
Yeah.
Look, that's probably arguably the best drafting of quarterbacks. And then your quarterback is so good that when you draft a backup, he ends up never going to ever see the light of day. He's never going to be a starter. You're not going to be a starter behind Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. What other franchise had back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks where the one Hall of Fame quarterback was replaced by another one? Maybe Joe Montana, Steve Young might have been the last franchise to do that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Yeah. But that probably was the last one to do it.
And I don't know how long Joe was on the latter part. Well, I guess the Joe Montana, Steve Young deal was just like the Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers deal, was it not?
Well, Joe Montana got hurt. So then they put Steve Young in, and then kind of Joe Montana never got a spot
back. And he was
back.
Lights out, was he not? Steve Young.
Yeah, he was. And then they shipped Joe Montana off to Kansas City.
But think about this: the Packers, most teams. Look at the Bucks. They went. You had the Josh Freeman deal. You had you had.
Oh my God! So many ass clowns.
You had the Jeff Garcia. Since 1991, Lummy, can you tell me the starting quarterbacks for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers since 1991?
Oh, but yeah, like Sean King.
Well,
yeah, like all
if
his...
you go from like 91, you
Let's
can
go from 91 because that was the first year the Packers. Actually, 92.
Okay, I think 92 was Craig Erickson. No,
Okay.
Vinny Testaverde.
All right, Vinny Testaverde.
Steve DeBerg. Then Craig Erickson drafted out of Miami.
Craig Erickson.
Then they drafted Trent Dilfer. Then Trent Dilfer, Sean King. Eric Zier. Brad Johnson. Rob Johnson. Chris Sims. Brian Greasy. Bruce Garkowski. Tim Bertang. Jeff Garcia, Luke McCown, and Byron Leftwich and Josh Freeman, Josh McCown, Mike Glennon.
That's 18 quarterbacks for the Packers, too. No, then add Tom Brady.
Yep, Tom Brady.
So that's 19, probably missed one. That's 19 or 20 quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh, yeah, there you go. 20
and Josh Johnson.
21 quarterbacks, Dan, to Green Bay's 2. During that time period, the Packers have had 2 quarterbacks, Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. And the Buccaneers went through 21 guys.
Oh, didn't the Patriots have 2 back-to-back Hall of Famers?
No.
Drew Bledsoe's not a...
Drew Bledsoe never made it to the Hall of Fame?
Drew Bledsoe never made it to the Hall of Fame.
I thought he did.
No, Drew Bledsoe never made it to the Hall of Fame.
Oh.
And Bledsoe was good, but he wasn't that good.
He's not a Hall of Fame quarterback.
No. So anyway,
so do you think like Matt Ryan will be a Hall of Famer?
No.
He's like Drew Bledsoe?
Yeah.
Solid, but not a winner?
I don't know. I don't know if Matt Ryan. It's going to determine on what he does with the Colts.
Yeah, he's with the Colts now.
It's going to determine if he can turn the Colts around. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, what type of stats? Matt Ryan has thrown for a ton of yards.
He's been around forever.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time and put up a lot of yards. It's going to be one of those things where they say he's never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Is that what they're going to do?
He's a choker.
Yeah. So you don't win a Super Bowl, you're pretty much done. And he had that Super Bowl against the Patriots, that big comeback like 3-4 years ago when the Patriots were down 35-3, I think it was.
I know he got his ass kicked in New Orleans in '96 against the Packers.
Yeah.
It was the Packers-Patriots deal.
The only 2 teams that have ever had back-to-back Hall of Famers is Montana going Favre Rodgers. No other NFL team has done it.
Dan, any blowback, or how is Daddy Joe Pillgate going on? Is that
it's so funny.
Did I bring it up? Is it now developed into Pillgate?
Well, so Dad had that machine yesterday, and it got all programmed up. And then, he calls me and Jay at like 5:55. He's like, "The pill machine's coming out. I got pills at 6, so we're going to FaceTime it." And Jay's like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, don't you want to hear the alarm go off?" And Jay's like, "Just call me at 6 o'clock when, just to make sure it worked." Like a minute later, Dad's like, "Okay, 2 minutes away. You ready?" And then finally I get on the phone. I'm like, "Dad, you're stressing yourself out. Just relax. It's a little buzz. Then you get your pills, and then it's all over. All right? Just let it go." And so he calls us like at 6:01. I got him. So apparently, though, later that night, he wasn't sure if he got the evening pills, and so he was trying to break into the pill machine.
Hey, I got to get in these pills.
So there's a key, and so they're not giving him the key.
Prior to Pillgate, prior to the Pildo, what did he just have them like in like these little containers, and he had them like?
Fine.
So what's wrong with that?
Well, apparently, I don't know. I think the traveling, and when you have it like all set up at your house, and you try to move that to a new location and have it work, it didn't work when he was in Jersey, and so I think there was an almost unnecessary alarm because of this, because again he was in a different environment.
You think Steve jerked on the deal?
Well, maybe a little bit, but I think now that we have this, hopefully that'll be more consistent and there won't be any more confusion. We'll see.
Matthew Hoxie 25, Kevin Barnett 30, and Daniel Macy all 20 on Venmo at the Bubba Army. Thank you so much, guys. It's just easier to go right to the main vein like this. Anna, this is. I don't know that Dan has seen this, but we were going back to Dan getting touched as a young kid.
Yeah, back to that.
And
Circling back to that.
Dan and both of his brothers were all somewhat, maybe potentially groomed by this math teacher.
Yeah.
And that their mom knew, and this guy was grooming. Steve actually did get a little bit touched, and Dan was, made to pose nude, and this guy was a real creep. This guy has died, has he not, Dan?
Yes, he's dead.
And was he ever under when he was alive? Did anybody ever bring up charges on this guy?
Oh, they popped him. Eventually, he got popped.
Did?
Yep,
they did.
He did eventually get popped, and he did some kind of pretrial intervention, so he never went to jail. But
which just goes to show you, man, if you're wired to be that way, it's just not with 3 hot little Italian kids. It's like that's what you're into, right?
Yes, it continued.
You can't help yourself because you're a sicko.
And it also shows that, you pop them for one, and there's probably 30 or 40 others they didn't get popped for.
I think I saw a statistic one time, I may be wrong, that they say for every, chomo or for every child molester or pedophile or something like that, for every person they discover, there's a potential of 30 victims that don't come forward.
That's the tip of the iceberg.
I read something like that before, too.
Like 30.
Yeah,
30 to
was
1.
the number.
Anyway, Dan, I know you got all kinds of extra time. Anna turned me on to this. This was about a year ago.
No, this was longer than that.
Was it longer than that?
Yeah.
And it's on Netflix, isn't it?
I believe so,
and it's
yes.
a one-timer. It's just like an hour and 45 minutes, so it's not like an all
very,
long.
very much worth it.
Oh,
I'll watch.
It's called Abducted in Plain Sight. It's not necessarily
this
what
guy
you
had
and your
game,
brothers.
Dan. You think you have game? This guy had game.
Well,
He banged the whole family.
This would have been like if the math teacher. This would have been like if the math teacher bangs Joe.
I was impressed. The whole
banged
movie.
Arlene, and then took Steve down to Mexico. Had his
Multiple
way,
times.
Multiple times. Had his way with Steve, and then instead of your mom pressing charges, he used the dirt on her to bring Steve back. No bubbles, no troubles.
And also had a sexual experience with your dad.
Yeah,
brilliant. It looks like Peacock's coming out with like a small little 3 series
of
on
this. Of
Yeah.
this. Oh, as they should. Hold on. This is the trailer, Dan.
Yeah. No. This is where the dad gets to, in this situation.
Oh.
He says, "Are you free? Let's go for a ride."
Is this real? I'm confused.
All right,
So this is the point in the story where the guy, his name's B. They call him B. He's the predator.
Yeah, he's a chomo.
He's looking to blackmail the dad. So he gets him in a sexual situation where he has the dad manually pleasure him.
Yeah.
Is this a reenactment?
Well, yeah. This is like kind of
No, they were there in the car, the crew, back in the 70s.
It happened all back in the 70s.
With the camera in the background.
they had the first GoPro in '73. It was real big, for the size of the back seat. But now, so the bad guy, Danny, he's like, listen, if I can get dirt on the mom and the dad, I can touch the kid all I want, because this small little community doesn't want to think that she's a whore and he's a homosexual.
And you know what? The dad could have just denied it. Because, there was no cameras, nothing.
It's like, I didn't touch that
What
guy's
are you talking about? I don't know
There's
you.
a guy on the side of the street with a camera filming us.
Oh, except for that guy, right.
I cannot stand my wife, and I need to have sex. I could see that he was sexually aroused. He says, "Oh, can you give me some relief?" We were laughing, and he said, "Oh, Bob, it's just kid stuff, and I've got to have relief." So I was dumb enough to reach over and relieve him.
Somebody needs you to teach Bob how to lie better.
Yeah, no kidding.
I know you're a big time Christian and all, but I mean, you just gotta lie sometimes.
Yeah, and for some background, this was like some tiny, small religious town in the middle of Idaho. Like, they didn't know anything. Everyone was super naive and gullible. And
everybody knew each other.
Right.
Like a town of 3,500, Dan, where everybody knew you. This guy owned a furniture store, so everybody's coming in saying, "Hey, Bob,
super innocent, naive.
you got any deals on some recliners, buddy? See you at church on Sunday. How's the kids? Good? Oh, did you know I jay a guy off in the park?"
Right.
No, I get it, Bob. I didn't know you're into that sort of thing.
It says anything in
I'm
the
never
Bible
gonna
about
buy. I'm never gonna buy a goddamn another piece of furniture here.
An act of masturbation.
I don't think it says in the Bible that you can't give a guy a hand.
Isn't that considered sodomy?
No.
It's not?
No.
Buttermouth.
Reach over.
Dan.
I thought wasted seed is considered
Easy.
sodomy.
I dumped all that.
And relieve him in an act of masturbation. Reach over and relieve him in an act of masturbation.
I didn't know if you do that.
Oh man. thug life.
Yeah.
Man,
Wow.
I don't. I mean, even if I
That was
did
really
do
the
that,
kicker.
I would lie. I'd be like, no way did I touch that guy's wiener. All right, so this is the
like
Peacock deal.
yeah.
Same story though.
Yes.
Okay.
Peacock's
think
coming
so.
up with some
Oh,
good
this is like
stuff.
more of a movie style
Yeah.
versus documentary.
Yeah,
The mom is not that
When
hot.
you were a little kid, and you thought about the perfect place, this is probably what you wanted for yourself.
So what these big networks do now, Anna, is they watch like what Netflix put out, and they're like, you know what, we're just gonna make a little series.
We're gonna make it
about the deal.
better.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Make
I'll
it,
watch this all day.
I will too.
The birch holds. They're new. I'm Jan.
Pleased to meet you, Jan.
What good luck that you folks moved in two
And by the way, they met him at church. Everybody you meet at
Yeah.
I mean, that's usually
It's a
where
front.
that's where the shady stuff happens.
Dr. Dan, did your guy go to church?
No. At least he wasn't. He wasn't that much of a hypocrite.
Let's see if he was going to confess. Now, Dan, in the confession world, like the Italian Catholic confession world, when you go in one of those little booths,
Right. You don't have to
with
be
the screen-
Italian, just Catholic.
I know, but a lot of Italians are Catholic.
Yes, most.
And so when you go, let's say that you're there and you're this this guy that let's just call Touching Tim, who touched the that guy.
Okay, I'm touching Tim.
No, yeah, you're touching Tim.
Okay.
And you're Catholic, and you roll in there, and you're behind the screen. And you go, Father, forgive me for I've sinned.
Yes,
and,
blessed be Father for I have sins. It's
he goes, okay,
it's
what-
been 5 years since my last confession.
And I just want to let you know that I touched a little kid. Like now, isn't the
So the
priest
priest
supposed
tells
to
you
hold
to
on?
do a couple-
Me too,
Oh, yeah.
buddy. High five.
Hold on. Okay.
Up top.
Tell me your
High
secret.
five, Girl
High
Scout.
five, Girl
High
Scout.
five, Girl Scout.
Wind it up.
Wind it up.
Wind it up.
You're dumb.
Got his number?
You're dumb. Dan, you don't know what we're talking about.
Guy in pictures? What? No.
No, they trade secrets.
Yeah,
at
be
that
like,
point.
hey, you got the kid's number?
How'd you pull that
Is
off?
he wiry? Oh, he's one of those Diaco kids. I've been trying to get that for a while.
Hot.
How'd you score that one?
How I got it? You know what? I got a boat and a Corvette. Those slick ass Italians fall for it every time. I mean, all you need is a boat and a Corvette, man.
Sparkly red boat.
Yeah, sparkly red boat with a
He'll fall
Corvette
for it
kicker.
every time.
Dan likes sparkles.
That older one, that Danny guy, man. As soon as I pull up in the vet, man, he jumps right on in, takes his pants off, he's ready to go.
Hey, he was
That's
going
why-
to buy Speedos.
Yeah.
It's like an A-Rod
Yeah.
date.
That's why Dan hates vet guy now.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I do.
So, but I mean, are you
Vets
as
bring
the-
back those
as-
child-touching memories.
As a priest, are you supposed to rip open the curtain and call the cops immediately, or like?
No, it's privileged.
Yeah, it's privileged information.
So what you do is what the priest would do in that situation. You ask him to say a couple Hail Marys and Our Fathers, but he also tell him to turn himself in. That would be part of his sentence. That would be part of his penance. Would be turn himself in.
Yeah, but what if?
Yeah.
But what if the guy's like, you're
If
on,
he's like, no.
Father,
God's not going to forgive you.
no, screw God. I just want to. It looks like I'm wasting my time here. Right? I need a full blown. It's okay. Forgive me.
And I'd be like, when you turn yourself in, I'll turn myself in.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, let's go ahead and see if we can get a few more years out of these Diaco kids. They
Right.
still don't know their rights. Oh my God, Blitz! I think is that a Ford Maverick? I think that's a Ford Maverick.
Is it baby blue? Inline 6.
I think mine was a 74. Mine was a 74 baby blue 4-door straight 6 Maverick. That was my first car. I kind of like that they've kind of made her a little cuter because
Yeah, she was gross.
Right, the other mom was kind of a pig.
So happy together.
He gets these impulsive moods.
All right, I've seen enough. I'm going to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? A Friend of the Family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's always a friend of the family.
I believe it comes out next week.
Okay.
Is that what it does?
Yes, it does.
Supposedly, Finland's prime minister, which is this kind of cute woman.
Sexy party.
She's
Yeah.
beautiful.
She's very beautiful.
Sana Marin.
I don't have the.
I sent you the video.
No, I don't think
It's
you
in.
did.
I did. It's in prep. It's underneath it, but I'll send it to you again. No problem.
If you could.
Yes,
We'll
of
come back.
course.
We'll come back with that.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
She's 34.
She's pretty banging hot. Like,
She's beautiful.
Apparently, someone was like talking about doing cocaine in the back of the video, and she put it on Instagram allegedly, or something.
Now, is this her right here?
Yes, in the black top right there.
Right, well, she's partying, right? Like, what's the fuck big deal?
Yeah, but like, is that really what you want your prime minister to do?
Why not? That's the problem.
How old is it? How old is the video?
36.
Now, how old's the video?
Came out like last week or something. Yeah. It's recent.
Who cares?
Well, they're also talking about doing like cocaine in the background.
Actually, it was funny because Hannity was like, "What's the big deal?"
Yeah, I don't see a big deal.
She's letting loose, and then the person he was interviewing was like, "Well, you want your prime minister, always be ready at the cell phone and blah blah blah."
Obama partied. They had fun.
They just didn't post it. I mean, Clinton likes to party.
Fuck yeah. Kennedy partied.
Bush partied.
Fuck yeah, they did. So did Reagan. Reagan wasn't a boring guy.
No.
What?
I said Reagan wasn't boring. He was a fun guy.
Here you go, Sponge. Oh, let me get you some silverware, though. Oh, my God.
What's that?
Food's here, Dan.
Really? Cool.
What's up, everyone? My little fives. What's up, 67 Scout?
Oh my
Miss
lord.
Drew.
So not good for my fucking dick.
Zook, 48 months. What's up, Keith? Good morning.
This is unbelievable. Did you get some food?
Yeah.
Because if you want some of mine, I got a lot.
No, I took one of the sandwiches and added a biscuit and gravy to it. So.
Hey, Gator, 444.
Would you want some more of mine?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
'Cause I got a lot of food.
Good morning,
Do you
Mr.
have
Grimm.
food?
What was that?
Do you need some food?
Oh, yeah, I'll go after everyone gets it. Dr. Dan's on it. Doug Clemson say good morning. Good morning, Hall of Famer 843 Bubba. Red Beard. Yeah. 11 games. That's an odd number of games to be suspended.
I think that's bullshit.
I don't know where they came with 11 games. Remember Bubba, your mom? Felix the cat. What's up, Rick? Now she's young boy. Drummer Man 07, 38 months. Drummer Man 07. Good morning. Morning, Finn 202R. He does go right there. You were 100% right. Good morning, Ned's left testicle.
Wow, this looks good.
Where's it from?
I don't know.
Oh. Wow.
It's a big poll for you, but let's say you weren't going to eat it.
Yeah, I'll just get it like next week or something.
Okay.
Is Tarek okay?
Yeah, he's okay. He'll live. Thank you, Tara. Oh, yummy.
Good morning, Vaseline Coach.
Thank you, Tara.
He's busy. He's vice president.
No, it's just good.
Oh, yeah. Metro Diner.
Huh?
Metro Diner.
That's where this is from?
Yeah. Metro Diner. Yeah, it's a nice little chain. Breakfast.
They have one in St. Pete. I don't know where the one in Tampa is.
Yeah, it's Kennedy.
Oh, yeah?
Kennedy almost don't make it. It's like a little further.
You talk about a good fucking breakfast. My God.
Yeah, Metro Diner's like an upscale kind of Denny's.
No, it's kind of an upscale fucking badass, like almost a Dax.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's like a nice chain. Like, it's not a First Watch. Like, they just have basic food.
Fuck.
You right?
The knife got me.
Dr. Dan just cut himself with a plastic knife.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Do we have Band-Aids?
I think
really
I might. Are you bleeding?
No, I'm not bleeding. I'm okay.
I mean, Dan is. He's the most klutzy.
I know. It's a problem.
Dan.
I'm okay.
How can you be so fucking klutzy, buddy?
It's just dark. It's hard to see shit in here.
And the knife.
Is it windy?
Is black.
There's a black knife. Doesn't like me.
Oh, Jesus. We're not doing our woke show yet, Dan.
Good morning, Tiffany Ashley, picture of the pool guy. What's up, Brian, the transporter?
What's up, Organic Gene?
Okay, your text.
I'm going to the Dallas game.
Oh, you're flying over there?
Season opener?
Yeah.
With Danny.
Really?
For his birthday.
I want to go to that stadium. Have you ever been?
Once, yeah. When the Bucks played him.
The new one?
All-Star was there, yeah. Right when they first opened the new one.
Really? It's fucking huge, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be badass.
Jennifer, I thought they got married.
He did. I don't know.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Show.
Dirt back in his Kimberland, dirt back in his Kimberland. He's crazy as hell, Kimberland. Now he's locked in a cell, Kimberland. He hallucinates, Kimberland. He fought a snake, Kimberland. He smokes some meth, Kimberland, and makes death threats, Kimberland. Dirt back in his Kimberland, dirt back in his Kimberland. Dirt back in it, Kimberland. Dirt back in it, Kimberland. At the BRN, Kimberland. He tried to sneak in, Kimberland. They were under attack, Kimberland. While Anna ate snacks, Kimberland. Blitz walked outside, Kimberland. Ken runs and hides, Kimberland. Dirt back in it, Kimberland. Dirt back in it, Kimberland.
They're a great client. I am so thankful for them and Lightstream. Stamps.com, Lummy. We got a promo code on that deal.
Promo code Bubba.
You got a mouthful, don't you, kid?
No, sir.
Skip the headaches of the UPS store or the post office 24/7. You can access Stamps.com. For over 20 years, one of the most valuable tools for over 1 million businesses. Get discounts you can't find anywhere else, like 30% off the post office and 86% off UPS. Whether you're sending out invoices or just doing an Etsy shop deal with a few products, or you're a warehouse shipping out all kinds of stuff, or you're Diaco Law and you're sending out a whole bunch of, 1,000 or so things. All you need is your regular computer and printer, no special supplies or equipment. It works seamlessly with Shopify, Amazon, Etsy, eBay, and more. You can even order your shipping supplies through Stamps.com.
Promo code Bubba.
Don't mail and ship the hard way. Sign up with Stamps.com today. Sign up with my promo code Bubba for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. There is no long-term commitments and/or contracts. Go to Stamps.com.
Promo code Bubba.
Click on the microphone on the top homepage and type in Bubba. Stamps.com.
Promo code Bubba.
Tara catered in breakfast this morning. And it's from the Metro Diner. Now, I've been to the Metro Diner on 4th Street in St. Pete. And it was by Lady Jane's. I think it's in the same plaza as Lady Jane's. And their food was amazing. And I didn't know that there was one in Hillsboro. But where's it at, Lummy?
There's one on Kennedy a little before Del Mabry. It's at Kennedy and Del Mabry.
Really?
Yep, that's where this came from.
Kind of over by where Five Guys is?
Yep, I believe it's in the same plaza or right next to the same plaza.
Anyway, I got biscuits and gravy with these smothered and covered hash browns and a chicken oh my
Biscuit.
God. I'm gonna
Delicious.
be able to eat
Unreal.
it.
Thank
Yeah, it
you,
was so
Tara.
Thank you, Tara.
Tara will be at the Tampa Tarpons game.
Awesome.
Can't wait to see her.
Janie Cakes will be there. The Tampa Tarpons have provided me and Janie Cakes with our very jerseys.
That's so cute.
Janie Cakes is number 69.
Oh.
And there's hers. And she
Awesome.
might throw out the first
Her
pick.
favorite number?
Her
She took my number.
What number are you gonna get?
I got 66.
You did?
And what are you, Bubs?
I'm 64.
Perfect.
And there I am. Boom, 64.
It's funny how we're all in the 60s.
Lummy, did you get one?
Yes, I did.
What number are you?
14.
Because you like 14, or are you trying to impress me?
Oh no, that was my number in high school and college because Pete Rose.
Oh, yeah.
And then you.
Well, can you name the famous 14s? What famous 14 is from racing and not Tony Stewart? Because Tony Stewart. Now, Lummy, get your hands up. Stop. I don't want you Googling it or binging
he's
it.
waiting for chat to tell him.
Yeah, and chat, don't say it. But it's where Tony Stewart got 14 from, and he's probably
Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s real number.
he's probably one of the greatest of all time. And let me, if you're reading chat, you see it. You loudmouth son
What
of
is
a
it?
bitches.
What is it though?
Oh, is it AJ? I was gonna say Al Unsing, but AJ Foyt.
Hold on, you were gonna say who? Al Unsing?
Yeah.
Unser?
The Unser?
Junior or senior?
It would be better for him to try to get through the name instead of giving it to him.
Al Unser.
Al Unser, Jr. or Senior, and what is Junior most noted for?
IndyCar.
Well, no, being an alcoholic.
Oh yeah, of course. That's why he's my hero.
Al Unser Jr. man would get pulled. I think he lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he would literally get pulled over three times a year and get 3 DUIs, and then go out and win the Indy 500.
Oh, nice. See.
But AJ Foyt was the great
AJ Foyt,
the great number 14.
Nice.
That's where Tony got it from, and and so forth. But you're a Pete Rose 14. Is there any other famous 14s? I can't think of any famous 14s in the NFL.
No.
I can't think of any famous 14s in the NBA. I can only think of really one famous 14 in Major League Baseball, Pete Rose.
Yep.
The most famous 14 in racing would be AJ, then Tony. Was there a famous 14 in hockey?
In baseball, Ernie Banks.
Oh, he was a.
He was a 14. Yeah.
Oscar Robinson in basketball.
Okay, and Dan Fouts in football.
Jim Bunning in baseball.
Who?
Jim Bunning.
Was the bunt name after?
Jim Rice.
Also, there has been some pretty decent 14s.
Yeah, David Price was too.
David Price was 14.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him?
He went to LA, got paid a lot of money, and did what typical Rays do. Fall
Brendan Shanahan from the Rangers in hockey.
Is he good?
He's on the list of famous number 14s.
Is he?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Grant Belfour? Remember him, Lummy?
Yeah.
He went to the Cubs and then the Brewers. Did he have a career after the Rays?
Not really.
How about Carlos Pena?
He works for the MLB Network now.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, but he never had that season like he did with the Rays. I think he went to the Cubs.
You can say what you want about the Rays, man, but they get a guy and then they suck him dry, and then when he finally has that big year where he's going to get a big payday like a Carl Crawford or a B.J. Upton,
True.
The Rays are like, yeah, see you later, buddy.
Yep.
And then they overpay, Boston and Atlanta and
LA.
the Cubs and L.A. and everybody else and the San Francisco Giants with Longo. They way overpay you, and then you're done, right?
Oh, Dave Andrewchuk.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Actually, you know what the problem with Evan Longoria is that we're still paying for him. So the Giants didn't even give him that good of a contract.
Well, we only pay $5 million for him.
I think it's 10.
Do we pay him?
Yeah, still to this day.
We knew that it was going to be. Now, is the Franco deal going to be that bad for us? Are we on the right side of the? Are we on the right side of the Franco deal?
Well, let's hope he turns out like a stud.
Because remember when Longo signed that 10-year, $100 million deal, right?
Yeah.
He worked through that deal, right?
Who was it? Longo, you said?
Yeah.
It was a 6-year, $100
million.
All
The
right.
first contract was 10 years. When he was just came up, and
Right,
then the
and
second,
it was, and then they tear that up and start a new one, or
pretty
did he
much-
play through that one?
They re-upped him his final year, so he pretty much played through it. And then Upton, we couldn't afford Upton because he remember he had that one really good year last year when he was on it. Was he unrestricted, or did we get anything for BJ Upton? No, we gave him away.
And I think Carl Crawford too, right?
Yep, same thing.
Crawford ended up, I think out of all between Price, Crawford, Upton, and Longo, who got the better deal exiting the Rays?
Carl Crawford.
Yeah, he got
He got a ton of money from the
Boston. Wasn't it Boston?
7-year, $142 million.
Boston took David Price and Carl Crawford, and neither one of them ever amounted to crap with them, did they?
Nope, they both sent them to the Dodgers.
But the Dodgers are partying right now, aren't
Well,
they?
yeah,
but not with those guys,
no,
right?
not at all, no.
So the Prime Minister of Finland, is that it, Anna?
Yeah.
She's pretty hot.
She's young. She's 36.
See, this is exactly
what we need.
This is what everybody thinks is a problem, but really isn't a problem. This is what we need. Do we need an 80-year-old shuffling through, pooping his pants, or do we need a 36-year-old that's sharp, hot, and can let loose a little bit?
Yeah.
This represents, people more so than Grandpa pooping his pants.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a spectrum.
Now, by the way, the Prime Minister of Finland is this dark-haired lady right here.
Yeah, that's her. She's the hot one.
This is her from a few weeks ago at a party.
Yeah, and I think it was posted to Instagram briefly. So it was public. I think they took it down, and then people found it.
Striations.
And so, to me, what is she doing wrong?
Nothing.
Other than being just cool, turning up the cool factor 50-fold.
But didn't she publicly come out and say, I don't do drugs?
Yeah, they asked her.
I want the leader of my country acting like that.
There's people in the background shouting about cocaine, apparently. We love cocaine! It's just a repeat.
I could watch this all day.
I know. All
day.
I mean, she throws on some Dr. Dan Diaco 325s, and she's about as perfect gets.
Yeah, she's very attractive.
And she's into chicks, maybe, possibly.
Yeah. God
Chicks.
bless her.
This is her all political, sad face, yippee yoed up right here.
I just don't think 36-year-olds should run countries in general. I don't have a problem with this specifically for her or anyone having
but Finland, how much can you mess that up?
I mean, they're trying to join NATO. It's inflaming the
It's a
entire.
bad
It's
look,
inflaming.
man. It's
It's
not a good
inflaming the entire
I would have a
world
problem
right
with
now.
Anna running a country, please.
That's what's up.
Really, for real.
But seriously, a 36-year-old doesn't really have the education, training, and experience to be competent to run a whole country. I just don't believe that. We had 35 as our minimum age back when people were living only to about 54. So
what's the minimum age now? The president,
35. So she could be president in the United States if she was an American citizen.
Wasn't John Kennedy fairly young? Wasn't he
42? I thought
40s.
Yeah.
I think
42.
Yeah.
Was John Kennedy before he got the good news? Was he a good president?
Not really, because he was grossly inexperienced. He was only a congressman. He was never a governor. He was in over his head.
He's blasting Marilyn Monroe.
And the only reason Obama got away with it was because he had, unfettered. He had unfettered support from the media. Yeah. He had the it factor, and he was smart. He was really smart.
But hold on. So did John Kennedy. He had the it factor, and he had a media darling, and had the it factor as well.
Did he hold any political office prior to being president?
Yeah, he was senator and
JFK was?
Yeah,
representative.
Okay.
Our youngest president is Theodore Roosevelt at 42. He was almost 43.
And by the way,
Teddy,
if you go back and read, he was a stud.
Oh, Teddy Roosevelt. Oh yeah, big stick policy.
He was a stud. I don't know that people. Because it was so long ago. Really, really appreciate how much of a stud he was. I think that he was the guy that got shot in Milwaukee during a speech, and went to dinner, and then went to the hospital for them to dig the bullet out. I think that's Teddy Roosevelt. He was in Milwaukee giving a speech, and he folded the speech up, and it was on paper. And this guy had blitz like a crappy 22 or something, and shot him. Well, the 5, 10, 8, however many pages of folded up speech that he had in his pocket quelled the bullet enough just to barely go in. But he was bleeding, and he finished the speech out, went to dinner, and then checked himself into the hospital, and they dug it out.
Nice.
And if he
That's
hadn't
awesome.
had that speech, look it up. I think I'm right on that.
You're right. It happened in Milwaukee, and you're right on everything else. But
Was it Teddy Roosevelt?
But it wasn't really the paper. Well, it was a paper and also his eyeglass case, and a 50-page thick, single-folded copy of his speech entitled "Progressive Cause Greater Than Any Individual."
Right, including
And,
those
yeah,
that want to shoot me.
He delivered his 90 minutes speech, and then
But he got shot.
yeah, he did.
He got shot and didn't quit the speech.
No.
The way I heard it is that he got shot, finished the speech, then went and did a meet and greet and stuff, maybe even had dinner, and then went to the hospital. Lummy, you go ahead and factually tell me how far off I am.
Yeah, he got shot before he delivered his 90-minute speech. Did what you're saying, gathered with the crowd, and did then he went to the hospital. So he didn't have dinner, but he.
That's pretty pimping it, Dan.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Like most guys would stop immediately. I just got shot. I gotta go. Right?
Yeah.
He's like, let me finish this out. Now, Lummy, did he speak 90 minutes after being shot?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
He said his
And it said he was bleeding too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was bleeding. Blood was seeping into his shirt. He declined to go to the hospital and instead delivered a
Let's
speech.
got another 10 minutes, please.
Yeah.
Let me
Well, no,
answer.
he's got another 90.
And then I think after he was done being president, he went down to South America and stuff, and he was
brokered the Panama Canal deal.
right. And then he was an explorer where he would go down and map. Before the way they came up with maps is they sent explorers and they would draw out the area.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he actually was doing that, and with his son or something. And I think the party, they had a party of 4 or 5. Almost everybody died during this map gathering expedition, and him and his son barely made it. Let me look into that one.
That is correct, too.
Oh my, Dan, are you not impressed
That's
with my Teddy
incredible.
Roosevelt?
Yes,
You
that's
didn't even
awesome.
know this stuff, Dan.
I did, but I'm letting you talk.
Oh.
And he
Son of a bitch.
one of the things about the infectious disease, the specialty that Fauci is a member of, the infectious disease, their big start was in tropical medicine when people like Teddy Roosevelt were going down to Central and South America, and they were just dying from mosquito bites and parasites and other things. And so that really did prompt our progress in fighting infectious disease and tropical disease.
Didn't ivermectin, I know I always say it wrong, didn't that start out initially as kind of one of those?
Well, hydroxychloroquine, Plaquenil was for malaria, and ivermectin's for parasites. So yes, both of them were.
What's that drug they're trying to push down everybody's?
Paxlovid.
Yeah, and you called it, and you're like, that's junk.
I think it's
what
junk.
Biden took, or what they gave to Biden.
Yeah, and both he and Fauci both had the rebound with it, and so yeah, I think it sucks.
But that's what the big.
That's what Big Pharma wants you to give.
Is what Plaxaquil?
Plaquenil. No, Paxlovid.
That's not how you do it, is it, buddy?
No, I don't like Paxlovid.
I got to tell you, this Metro Diner food.
It's delicious.
is
Thank you, Tara.
unbelievable.
She's the best.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you,
Your
Tara.
sister. Love her.
Boy, Anna, we need to do a brunch there. This Metro Diner.
Oh, you want to do brunch?
Well, I mean,
Where is it in Tampa?
it's right by
Kennedy
Five
and
Guys on
W.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
I can arrange brunch
Yeah, that's how
using
you get.
your name.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
This Kansas City pastor needs some money, and he starts talking to his congregation about how they don't appreciate him.
Clearly they don't.
And because they haven't been given enough money because he can't buy himself a new gold watch.
Well, they didn't buy him a watch, is what he's saying.
Right. I love this, by the way. By the way, this just shows you exactly what this shows you exactly what's wrong with religion. This guy right here could care less. This guy doesn't believe in any higher being, and this guy believes in this is a job. This is a way for me to shake people down because I don't want to go out and I don't want to really work for a living. I just want to shake people down. That's how I know. Kind of like us, Bubba Army.
Right.
We don't want to really.
But we're at least honest about it.
Anna doesn't want to wait tables. Blitz doesn't want to have to go work in corporate, engineering deal.
Mm-hmm.
We want to shake you down with our Cash App and our Venmo. By the way, they're both at the Bubba Army.
Oh, you still poor, broke, busted, and disgusted because of how you've been honoring me.
I'm gonna start going with this on the BRN.
I'm
tell you
poor,
right now.
broke, and disgusted.
Yeah, because how much you not been giving me? My Venmo is down. Cause he down.
Cause he down.
I'm not worth your McDonald's money.
Come on.
I'm not worth your Red Lobster money.
Red Lobster.
I ain't worth your St. John knit. Y'all can't afford it no how. I ain't worth y'all Louis Vuitton. I ain't worth your Prada. I'm not worth your Gucci.
I like African American church man because you get the blowback. You know, you get the
response.
You get the cat call. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
You're like at the Apollo.
Mother, ooh, I'm saying this, and I promise you, Deacon Ian, it's not with respect of want. I'm saying it because I want you to understand just what God is saying. I even found out that Movado, you can buy a Movado watch in Sam's.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And y'all know I asked for one last year. Here it is the whole way in August. I still ain't got it. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Let me kick down the door and talk to my cheap sons and daughters.
Now, what was the guy that was giving him the? Did you see the guy that came up and kind of gave him the courtesy tap?
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
I don't know.
Respect of won't.
You think that might be? Hey, Pastor, your people are getting a little, you're
Going off the rails a little bit.
Is that their Blitz K trying to bring him back to center? It
might be.
I'm saying it because I want you to understand just what God is saying. I even found out that Movado.
Blitz K is going to start coming in here and hitting me with a piece of cardboard when I'm going a little overboard. Yep.
Oh, you can buy a Movado watch in Sam's.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And y'all know I asked for one last year. Here it is the whole way in August. I still ain't got it. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Let me kick down the door and talk to my cheap sons and daughters.
Man.
That guy's like, are you kidding me? That guy's probably saying, are you kidding me?
It's like you're losing it, buddy. Dan, as a doctor, have you treated or seen any monkeypox?
No, I have not.
All right. We're going to get into monkeypox next.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Dr. Dan would not be wearing a Movado.
No. He's a bitch about not getting a Movado. He's lucky he doesn't have to wear a Movado. He'd be better off not wearing anything.
We should give him a fake Rolex.
I sent you the menu for Metro then,
Oh, hang on.
so you can see everything they got.
Get back and just go.
Yeah. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Oh, what are their hours? Maybe we go there at night. Well, if they got dinner, obviously they're open later. Let's see what they have. Time, location.
Brunch.
Fuck yes.
Here's brunch. Look.
That's what's up.
You don't like any of this.
What are you talking about? They'll have eggs and stuff.
But cinnamon roll pancakes.
Bubs.
You probably like that.
Yeah.
Blueberry lemon pancakes.
They're open Sunday till 8 p.m. Woo! Menu. Other menus. Brunch. Starters. Brunch favorites. Oh, I could get the Southwest Scramble Bowl. Or the oatmeal. Or the eggs. I'm gonna get eggs. I love eggs. Yeah. No ham. Mushroom.
I can't believe you want to go to brunch with no champagne.
Fuck, there's no alcohol there?
No, it's a diner.
God damn it.
It's a chain diner. It's really fucking good.
Yeah, Honor, no alcohol,
What the fuck?
It's like
Alright, well, we'll just drink after.
It's like a Denny's.
Can I BYOB? Exactly,
Imagine-
Toby's Grundle.
Imagine you just pop up a little champagne, put it on the table.
Fuck yeah. Bring a bottle of, like, Andre or some bullshit.
You don't want that popping sound?
Mm-hmm.
Make it there.
I'll just talk really loudly over it. Oh, man. A Western omelet looks good, minus the ham. Minus the ham.
There's one like a First Watch.
Yeah, First Watch has the best omelet I've ever had.
Well, no,
Oh my
I mean
God.
like a First Watch.
We
but
got one
they
right
have-
around
they
the
have
corner.
champagne.
They have champagne?
And Bloody Mary. No, it's like I can't think of the name of it.
Fuck yeah.
It's not real big.
I love that food, but I just usually brunch. I want like a different vibe, like a fun, cuter vibe. I know that sounds weird.
Good morning, Cheers Dinner. GDP for life.
Oh,
the phone.
I'll get a veggie omelet. Perfect. Settled. They have asparagus in the omelet.
Good morning, sister.
What are you gonna get? I'll tell you what Bliss is probably gonna
Oh, I loaded up the page, but I never looked at the menu.
Let's
What'd
see.
you-
Not
you- you
tramps.
go? You're like,
Maybe
please.
probably just like a standard 3-egg breakfast. Maybe that probably looks good to you.
No, he would.
Or hash brown. He likes hash browns and bacon and
Who?
Blitz.
He's a regular man. He
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That Western omelet looks pretty good, though.
Yeah, it has ham.
Good
But
morning,
he likes
Frog
he needs a
Meister.
hash brown. He likes-
I know, but I
You
would.
guys are gonna get married.
So they also have the
They ignored
Southwest
that question,
Scramble
Bubba.
Bowl. Ooh.
I like those.
I sound like Anna scraping the Yogi Bowl, don't I? Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, because it's so fucking good.
Go scroll down a little bit.
ASMR.
Oh, it's
Morning, Dark Masters.
ASMR.
ASMR.
Fruity waffle.
You think Blitz and Honor are gonna get married?
They won't answer it.
Huh?
He's asking you.
Oh,
Yeah.
me? Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
asking
why
you.
not?
I think they get married in. I think
6
they
months?
No, not 6 months, but
Chicken tendy salad.
a couple years. In a couple of years, they're gonna get married, have a kid.
Oh.
I don't know if I have a
Pepper,
couple of years in the ovary tank. I think this is
In the
when
ovary tank, say it.
in the ovary tank. Usually at 35, that's pretty much where you want to close up shop. Not
Or
when you want to
wanna-
get started.
Or you want to maybe open shop up, you know?
I'm probably fertile as fuck, honestly. I'm probably fertile as fuck. Yeah, I'm knocked up.
What's in the box?
Ketchup.
From Canada.
Canadian ketchup.
I'm
The
knocked
good
up.
sugar.
Good morning, Big Lunger. Ooh, I like watching Lemmy eat.
How is it, mommy?
It's delicious, isn't it?
I know
That's
it
good,
really
isn't
is. It really is good.
It is.
What did you get? The chicken and bacon farm sandwich?
It was just,
Bacon, egg, and cheese croissant.
Yep.
Ooh.
Morning, K.
Good.
Faith. McGillicuddy, 16 months.
What's up, DDP?
Well, if you guys want to do brunch,
What's up, Nick?
avocado
Dark
breakfast
match.
sandwich actually looks good. Absolutely.
Good morning.
Does it have bacon?
Hey, Carlos Bandigo the Third's back.
Bacon.
What's up, Stop and Go, Steve?
Make the gun guy.
Hey, Big Lunger.
No, the complaining would be out of control if I was pregnant.
What's up, Hinstar? Why can't Babyface see wearing that jersey?
He
Oh,
makes fun of people with jerseys.
well, whatever, dude. It's because he can't play sports. He's always picked last, poor guy.
Troglodyte's the guy that wants to see him try to throw football or baseball.
He'll be at the game tomorrow. We can all hang out.
Probably throws like Obama
That's Fauci.
or Fauci.
Yes.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show.
Bubba started riding his new e-bike.
So we're going e-biking.
But Dr. Danny did not get an invite. It hurts. Danny took a spill like Jack and Jill. Now he's got a Dr. Halprin bill. He's like, hey, Danny, looks like you need some peroxide.
I'm okay, I'm okay.
He's like, hey, Danny, next time just stick to the sidewalk.
I'm okay.
This was your depot.
Yes, and I was so nervous I slipped and fell on my face.
Well, Dr. Dan, he finally got his first break to earn that ESQ that's on his nameplate. He might felt scared or unprepared. Now he's getting Brendan's old wheelchair. He's like, hey, Danny, you slipped and fell on your eyeball.
I slipped and I fell right on my eyebrow.
He said, hey, Danny, you left your watch on the sidewalk.
Then I don't remember a few minutes.
Well, Dr. Dan felt he had to pay his dues. Went to Zoom court in his new Gucci shoes. He slipped and fell in Danny's style. Now John Morgan's on his speed dial. He's like, hey, Danny, you should have worn some dark sides. He's like, hey, Danny, it's time for you to call Pound Law. That's all. And Jane Stephen like, dude, what did you do, dude? What did you do? Dude, what did you do? Dude, what did you do?
I know, I'm so stupid. I'm still post-concussive.
Do any of your staff ever hear any of your songs?
Yes. They do.
Is it required they must listen to the show and then submit a book report upon punching in?
They are required to listen. They're encouraged to listen.
Mitch Lucerini, $30. Megan Mazzell, broke, busted, and disgusted. My new life motto, 25.
Nice.
Trickney Ashley, 25. All on the Venmo, which is at the Bubba Army. Same with PayPal and Cash App. We'll do a Bubba 199 tonight. I'm sure that we'll be quite brisk over there. When you pull out, Danny, today, Blitz probably doesn't even know that I had somebody hang a Kevin Hazlett banner just very within the last few minutes.
I actually did know.
Okay, perfect.
I saw it.
Yeah, I provided the zip ties.
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a Kevin Hazlett shirt on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kevin will be in about 30 minutes or so. Kevin, longtime friend of the show contributor, part of my legal dream team, and is the running for the Republican nominee or the GOP candidate for the 13th District of Florida in the United States Congress. And he's in a neck-and-neck, head-to-head, it's probably going to be determined by a few hundred votes battle with this woman named Anna Lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
And this woman is the epitome of carpetbagging.
Sugar Mama Susan Poitras, $200 cash.
She's getting that barp in.
Yep.
Susan's always a late bloomer on the barp.
She gets it in.
She
so
does.
Go out if you're in 13. Go out and vote for Kevin. Go out. It really will be determined by voter turnout.
Listen, here's the deal.
It's going to be close. Go out and vote for him.
Every one of us is guilty of saying, man, my vote, don't you think my one vote matters?
It does.
Every one of us have said that at one time or another.
Yep.
And maybe sometimes in something so big like the presidential election, indeed, it very well may be that. But when you are so hyper-local, and not only hyper-local, this isn't even a general. This is a primary, which means the participation is even less. It's like a third as much as many people that go, because the general election's sexy. Everybody wants to go for the general election because it's the primaries for the most part are not well attended at all. Like half of what the general is. So that means each vote. There's one guy listening to me right now in Largo. There's a bunch of people in Pinellas County right now that are listening to me by whatever means, listening to us collectively. And yeah, you. And you probably didn't have any intentions of going out Tuesday and voting in the primary. You're registered Republican. Have been for years, but you don't vote. Hey, I hardly ever voted in the primary until I started doing mail at home kind of deal. Then I vote. When they send the ballot right to you, you just send it back. I did do the primary then, but when I actually had to go to the polls, I never voted in the primary. I never did. And I represent the average guy out there. There's a ton of people right now that can hear me tell you this. If you're in District 13 in Pinellas County, I'm talking to you. As much as you think your little stupid-ass vote doesn't matter, and it very well may not in some huge-ass elections, but in something so hyper-local that's going to be controlled by, I wouldn't be surprised if it's less than 100 votes controls the winner.
Yes.
I'm talking to you. Get your lazy ass out and find where if you don't early vote, which I would strongly recommend, you still have today, tomorrow, and Sunday to get that done. Find out where your primary is. Show up there on Tuesday. They keep the polls open, I think, till 6. And vote. And more importantly, I don't care who you. I don't care what else is on the ballot. I don't care. Vote for Kevin Hazlett. He's the number one. He's the number one candidate as congressman. He's the top guy. I think it goes by alphabetical order. And Kevin Hazlett, I've seen a sample ballot.
And that race is usually the first question on the ballot, is the 13th Congressional District, the federal race.
Kevin Hazlett touts endorsement from Michael Flynn. The latest endorsement may give Hazlett a much-needed boost. Former Donald Trump advisor Michael Flynn is endorsing Republican congressional candidate Kevin Hazlett. The announcement came less than a week before the GOP primary. for the 13th Congressional District. Flynn served as the former president's first national security advisor. He has established himself as one of the most prominent GOP figures nationally and continues to travel the country promoting conservative causes. Flynn was, I would have liked to have met that guy.
Oh, Michael Flynn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he ever came
Hero.
in and did a speech. I don't think he ever came to a Kevin fundraiser.
Well, yeah, it looks like he just endorsed him yesterday, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to talk to a general. I'd probably have some real stupid questions.
What would be your first question?
Do you guys really sell car insurance? I see your commercials all over on TV.
That guy in the commercial doesn't look like you, Mr. Flynn. You seem to be a little more spry than that guy. He looks like Yosemite Sam. Yeah, I don't know what I mean. For those that are smarter than me in this room, which is everybody, what would be, if you got a chance to meet Michael Flynn and spend 5 minutes with him, what would be your first question? I don't know.
Tell me all the stuff you're not allowed to tell people.
Yeah, be like,
that's what I want to know.
Secrets.
Yeah, I mean,
I love secrets. That's why I love learning so much about the CIA.
You should go be a CIA agent.
I've actually kind of looked into it.
Being a CIA agent?
Well, just like working with the CIA.
But all
the
narc?
fun stuff is all the dangerous stuff, So.
I mean, I have a potential narc working for us.
I know.
Last thing I want, her looking around here.
I listened to a guy who has a podcast about how to be a good spy and teaches people, CEOs and stuff, all the benefits of detecting lies and lying, getting away with it, creating fake relationships, all that sort of stuff.
Oh, everything I do.
Yeah, his name's Andrew Bustamante. He's really good.
Oh, any feedback on how I did with Rolo?
Yeah, he loved it. I said we'd love to have you on as a regular guest, and he was very much about it.
He was. So
yes,
I did
yes.
okay.
Oh, you did great.
Now, will that help you book me on some other stuff? Now that
I'm trying. I've reached out to a bunch of people yesterday.
That's how it works, right? So, like, when you're trying to, another one, you're like, hey, we just had Rolo Yippee-Yo on, and Bubba did good with him. You can ask Rolo, and then Rolo would put a good word in for us, and then they might, That's kind of how that whole podcasting world works, right?
Yeah,
a little bit.
And I always invite them onto ours first because you want to give before you start asking, so that they are indebted to you.
And you know what? I would prefer that as well because
that's just how you do it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me how to do it.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm just trying to. You don't want to start by asking. You want to start by giving,
right.
and
it makes us look bigger that way.
Absolutely.
Right. You know the game.
Yes, I learned from the best.
You should go be the general manager at Cox. I heard they're looking for one.
Perfect.
What would be your first act if you were general manager?
Of Cox?
I'm telling.
Oh, you're
Anna.
asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Count is out. Bubba's in. Let's go. Up top, girlfriend, Girl Scout, whatever.
Up high, Girl Scout.
Up high, Girl Scout. Wind it up.
Dan, I'm into. There's this one girl that's got Tourette's on TikTok or Insta. Is she Anna? Is she in
TikTok? And she was on.
Yeah, she's everywhere, but she's
Dr.
big on.
Phil.
Yeah, she's giant on TikTok.
Yeah. And I just can't. I watch her every day.
Let me find a little clip for you. So Dan knows what we're talking about.
Now, Dan, let me ask you a question. Did you, as a doctor, study Tourette's at all?
I
through medical school?
I was diagnosed with Tourette's as a kid.
No, you don't.
I swear to God. I had Tourette's as a kid. I don't know why.
Why do you have to try to be a part of everything?
I'm not trying to be a part of everything. I was diagnosed with Tourette's as a kid. I'm being 100% sincere and honest.
You had no tics?
I did have tics.
What?
I didn't like. I would blink my eyes really hard. I would shake my head. I would sometimes like make noises, like little grunts.
You sure your mom wasn't being?
No, I had tics as a kid. I outgrew them. Do you know how I outgrew them? Because every time I did them, Steve would like, Dan, you're doing it. And so he pointed out to me so much that
usually that means you really are not Tourette's because Tourette's can't stop even if Steve, your younger brother, is yelling at you.
There's a spectrum, and I was diagnosed with it. I swear to God.
Am I on the spectrum? I bet you I'm on the spectrum.
A different spectrum.
Absolutely.
I bet you I'm autistic or got ass munchers or something.
Ass munchers, yeah.
That's buzzer.
We all got ass
what is
munchers.
that called?
Asperger's.
Yeah.
Asperger's.
I bet you.
You do not have the Berg. You got other stuff, but you don't have the Berg.
You need to watch Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah, you'd love it. But
I tried to watch. I tried to watch Hatley's narc deal, and can I tell you what I can't do as a documentary is when they're speaking Spanish and then they translate it in words and it requires.
Can't read?
I don't like reading.
Is it about Narcos?
No, it was something else.
You know, most of those, I used to be like that, but like the past couple years with the closed captioning so good now, I always turn it on and like for the most part, I read it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, well, I don't like to read.
I do a lot of reading.
Reading's overrated.
Yeah.
I got to read for a job. I mean, I think all the articles I got to read, then I got to
Right.
try to read them out loud and not mess up. And then sometimes I see words I don't know what I'm going to say, and I just skip them. Then Blitz catches me skipping them. But I tell you what, all the narcs are right here.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody narking on me all the time.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I saw your chicken sandwich video yesterday.
Oh, everybody's mad at me on that too.
I heard it was a completely different day than the other one.
Everybody's, and you know what? A bunch of marks falling for the rib. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, I watched it and I heard Rhett editing it, just throwing stuff together, and I was like, "Come on, man, Bubba, you really think people aren't going to notice that?" But then I watched it and I was like, "Oh, he's obviously being sarcastic."
Yeah, so listen,
I could tell.
I did when I went to White Castle last week in Columbus. Well, they have two chicken sandwiches. They got the chicken and waffle deal, then they got the chicken ring slider.
Right.
So I'm like, well, I'll just do two of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I made the mistake, and I should have driven back through.
Correct.
I didn't even really think about that.
Right.
So while I'm doing the second one, I'm like, hey, this is completely a few weeks ago, but I'm now doing a new chicken sandwich review. Don't worry about that. I have the same exact shirt on.
Well, no, you said you don't. You said you don't have the same outfit and then not the same truck.
Right.
But like
And
just quickly hearing it on Reds, I was like, really, Bubba? Like, people are going to know. And then I watched it, and I was like, oh, he's obviously being sarcastic. The problem was you weren't sarcastic enough where everyone knew that you were being sarcastic.
So I got in the comment section, they're like, you're being lazy, and, this used to be a good thing, the Bubba Chicken Sandwich review, but this one sucks. And I'm like, so I wrote the guy back. I go, you know what, buddy? I did one live video from the airport when I was leaving. I did 6 additional videos while in Indiana. Blummel did 2 or 3. Lummy did 2 or 3. Dan did a couple. We all made sure we tried to provide some content while we were gone. And I'm sorry that I did a regurge on the chicken sandwich review.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Your only problem with that is that you weren't sarcastic enough for people, like where everybody knew you were being sarcastic. Because it was, to me, it was clear. But
I think, Blitz, Lummy, will you still look and see if Arby's has the fish sticks?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
I believe it's to the end of the month.
All right, so I'm going to do...
Or until supplies last.
Thursday will be the fish sticks, and then I'll get back on the chicken, deal. Once I get done through the fish sticks. But I got a lot of heat for my chicken review deal because
my dad loved it all the same, Bubs.
He did.
That's all that matters.
All that I care is, in fact, I'm going to say that. Listen, this is made specifically for Philip Hummel,
right?
And if you're some guy in Iowa that hates me, that's trying to be a dick, I'm sorry because. Philip Hummel out of San Diego.
He's a goddamn vegan. Can't wait for this to come out. He loves it.
Love him.
He'll never get a chicken sandwich, but he loves watching you get them.
I love me some.
He thinks you're so funny.
Phil Hummel. Philip Hummel. What's Philip's middle name? So I can
Joseph.
call him Phil J. Hummel. So I can start killing Philip J. Hummel. Love him. I would like to meet him. Do you think he would like to sit in on a show?
Oh, he would love it. I think he even asked to
Blitz.
last time.
Oh, who's this? Hello?
Hi, it's a Trick of These.
Oh, Trick, can you hold on one second?
Trick me!
Hold on, I'll be right with you. I just got an idea as I'm going to start a new show starting next Friday, me and Dan, and it's going to be called Making Woke Our Bitch. And it's going to be available only on our, we're not going to be able to offer it in most of the places we offer things because we'll get canceled because we're going to bring it. So it's going to be available only on podcasts, which kind of further insulates us a little bit. But here's a show, The Parents of the BRN.
Oh, Christ.
If we could ever get, like, Blitz, your mom.
There's no way.
My mom would do it.
My dad would love to do it.
Janie Cakes, she's a ham, so she would do it.
Yeah.
Dan, your mom, Arlene, the moms of the BRN.
She'd definitely do it.
Would your mom do it, Anna?
I don't know. I think she could be coaxed into it.
Right?
Oh, my dad would love to host it, but my mom could be coaxed.
Blitz, no way with your mom.
I don't think so.
Dad,
no.
Lummy, how about
just like Blitz? No.
Hard nose.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Blitz and Lummy got both hard nose.
Yeah.
Now, Blitz, I don't think that your mom. Now, hold on. Let me just. Everybody be quiet here because I think I want to say something. I don't want to be interrupted. But I think that Blitz's mom's hard no is a different hard no than your hard no, Lummy, for your family. I think your mom's is a disgusted hard no, and Blitz's mom just doesn't want to be on camera.
You're on my side. You're right.
No, actually, my mom doesn't absolutely.
Because your mom, I think Blitz likes me because I've met her,
Yes.
a couple times, and your mom knows how close we really are.
Yeah.
Like she's seen our friendship progress.
I just don't think she wants to do that on the air.
Right.
Type of. Yeah.
She's private.
Yeah.
But it's not for hatred out of me.
No, not at all.
Whereas Lummy's hard no, I think, is direct hatred for me.
Yeah, because of Uncle Mark.
Oh no,
Yeah, goddamn
that's,
Uncle Mark.
That's not my mom. That's my dad.
Smash that mother.
I don't know if he hates you, but he.
Who hates me?
Oh, my mom doesn't. My mom would just want to be on like radio, and she's shy.
So who in your family hates me the most?
I would have to say
Your dad?
Probably my dad. It's just because of misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding about what? Oh, because I made you do stunts back in the day?
Nah, it's not even
The hospital
Uncle
deal
Mark,
last year.
Hospital.
No, that's actually
metal in his neck.
it's
the
more
bear
of the
caper.
Missing the Bucks game.
It's more of Uncle Mark
Getting
just
him
telling him
drunk.
stuff.
Hold on, guys. Slow down. I got it. My God. The trickiest of knees live on the air.
You used to have a fish business. Doesn't have a fish business
Can't see him
anymore.
on Sundays because you got to see the goats.
All right. You know what?
Bathroom remodel.
Sorry, I asked. Hello, trickest of knees.
Hi, guys. Good morning. I just wanted to say, Bubba, you look so handsome. I couldn't figure out what was different about you yesterday, and I was like,
Well, I'm back to fat face now.
No, I think you look thinner, first of all. And second of all, I really liked the goatee, but I like the clean shave. It looks great.
You look much younger.
I'm going back
for sure.
to the old
You
style.
need to have a 70s. Do a 70s stash.
Yeah.
No, I
Porn
actually
stash.
hold on.
too.
I wish I should have recorded it because when I
did
was
ya?
shaving off, I gave myself the hop eye top.
Yeah.
That would have been funny.
I did. I gave myself the hop eye top, and then I was
Oh,
like,
but that was
"Oh
good.
man,
You
I
should've
better
left
shave
it.
this off." And not,
You
'cause
should have dyed it black and left it.
Yeah.
Just came in.
how much
Just
trouble
stamping
would I,
around.
How much trouble would I get in if I sported it?
Oh, it wouldn't be good, Bubs, but it'd be so funny.
It would be. And
So funny.
since you're on the show, I almost am insulated
Yeah,
from it.
it's cool.
I said, "Hey, Anna's the one that asked me to do this."
Right, exactly.
She asked me to shave it like that all the time.
Yeah, Michael Jordan tried to bring it back. That didn't go too well for him either.
And he's black.
Michael, yeah, but he's a black guy. He can do that.
No, it didn't.
Couldn't
he got
do
a lot
it.
of
Like
hate on
no one
him.
can get away with it.
Yeah, he got a lot of hate.
He ruined the name Adolf and he ruined the stash.
So what do you got, trickest of knees?
And a cool symbol he ruined.
Nothing. I just wanted to tell you look great. That's all.
Are you making it to the game Saturday?
She has to work.
No, I have to work.
Really?
Why
Yeah.
don't you just quit?
Yeah.
Because I just started.
Oh, even better.
All right. Well, certainly you're not going to miss BARP. I know that.
No, of course not.
All right, man. Thank you, trickest of knees.
All right.
And
see you
thank
guys.
you for the Venmo, love.
Oh, always. Love you guys.
All right, bye
Miss
now.
you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Dan, this is the woman that I'm obsessed with currently on TikTok, and her name's Bailey somebody.
Dupree.
Get the
Balin?
dump thing ready.
You know, I don't know, Anna. This looks a little fake.
Her baking channel's better than mine.
But Dan, you were diagnosed with Tourette's.
Yes.
I think I remember Steve saying that.
I'm baking a cake
Yeah,
while
I did
having
yesterday.
Tourette syndrome. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Eat eggs. Okay, you do. Oh my god.
It seems like Tourette's makes you an a-hole.
Okay, yeah, we got a big problem. 1, 2.
See now, I like.
See that? I think that's fake.
No,
Some
hold
of
on.
that's fake.
Hold
I
on.
think.
Somebody send me not the baking deal, but like everything else but the baking deal.
Okay.
Because I think everything's far more believable. I think that she may go a little over the top with baking, with her baking channel, but just her regular stuff, like of her sitting in the car.
Here, this is her YouTube channel,
Okay.
so you can kind of look at it.
And Dan, I mean, there's been some people that have tried to say she's fake, and I think she's totally legit. I think with regards to her baking stuff, that she may showbiz that up a little bit. But let's see you as a doctor.
There's you're done. If you scroll down a little bit.
I wanted to get on here to basically state ding dong. One
I do
thing
that.
is that I need mods for my lives, and I was wondering if you guys could DM me with the capitalize MOD as a mod, but DM me on TikTok. Don't DM me on Instagram. Hello, because I won't see it on Instagram. Hello. Also, I would like you guys to follow my. Hello.
It is like on
Follow my.
When she's trying to.
I burnt myself.
When that yogi's sticking on the
Yeah.
esophagus. When she's got
And I do say
esophagus.
ding dong.
Yogi stick.
Backup account. It's Balin. Yeah.
So I think that she's legitimate because. Hold on here. Let me play a couple more here, Dan, for you.
So I want to talk about the fact that I've been off Cameo for the longest time.
Oh, I didn't.
So I get a lot of comments about my hair, and it's great because it really makes my day personally to like hear compliments and stuff. Hello. But I don't put anything in my hair. This is my natural hair. It's thick. It's very thick. It's very big. But I don't put.
She wants to be a nurse too, Dan. Just FYI.
Start this IV.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Here we go.
So I get a lot of
Here.
Yeah, if you go back, Bubba, you're in the shorts there. Yeah, go back to the regular videos.
All right, hold
I
on.
wanted to get on here
Home.
basically.
No, you had.
Here, I'll
no,
resend it.
Yeah,
wanted to
click
get
back.
on here to basically.
If I click back.
So I get a lot of comments.
Here.
Oh, cause you okay.
See,
I got you.
I'm only as good as you guys set me up to be.
I got you. There's her
I mean,
videos.
Blitz,
that are-
I will tell you, sometimes you guys hang me out. Like, you send me a link, and
There you go.
I'm completely blind on the deal. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Well,
she does have great hair.
Hold on here.
There has been multiple.
By the way, this is my favorite one of her ticks, the "you're done."
Yeah.
You're done. This is my favorite tick of hers. I've gone and watched all of her stuff. High five, up top, Girl Scout, and you're
Wind
done.
it up.
Wind it up, and you're done are my three favorites. Here we go. Dan, this is my favorite.
There has been multiple occasions. There has been multiple times where I have been embarrassed to go out in public. Especially when I first found out. Especially when I first was diagnosed with Tourette's. One and up! You're done. You're done.
That's my favorite.
Not so much anymore. There has been days
This needs to be your scrub nurse, Dan.
periodically.
Yeah.
Stupid bitch. You're done. You're done.
By the way, I know her so well that she always does the "you're done's" in increments of 2.
There has been times, like bad days, where I get a little embarrassed or insecure. But I kind of try to look past them in a way because I have to live like this for a long time. It's not my fault you look like that. So it's just easier to just push past the hard days and go on to the next. I take it day by day, but definitely going out in public is a really big challenge. Hey! Want it up? You're done.
Can you imagine Dan with Tourette's? If Dan could really blurt out what's on his mind.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Dan, you kind of have, like, genius Tourette's, where it doesn't
Yeah,
come across
genius Tourette's.
Tourette-ish. It just comes across, over the
So I
top
just like to take it day by day.
Rich guy. You got rich guy Tourette's.
Can't stop spending money.
Yeah. Or he spends
Buy now.
money.
Buy now.
Dan's tick is his American Express black card. That's his
Swipe
tick.
it. Swipe it.
Swipe it. It's not done.
It's a scam. Don't care.
Chip.
Swipe it. Swipe it.
Up top, Girl Scout. I get this question asked to me a lot. A lot.
I'd love to party with her. Wouldn't you?
Or drive, be in the passenger seat while she's driving.
Yeah.
I
Blaster.
have never been able to drive.
Yeah, you can't drive. You can't.
Yeah,
She can have
she's-
one.
yeah.
Yeah, ever. She's ever going to be ever.
I've never gotten your mom.
No. Oh yeah, she gets
Your
into your
mom.
whole mom. Hold on, listen.
Never gotten your mom.
I've never gotten a permit. I've never had my license. And I probably never will. And deep down inside, that's very sad to me, but deep down inside, I can't do anything about it. Oh, fuck.
Oh, get that one. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You're done. You're done. Up top, Girl Scout.
I want her at our brunch party, don't you?
Yeah,
So bad.
So
absolutely.
it's very sad for me to think about because I have to rely on other people.
Now, Dan, years ago, I called Randy Michaels up when he was the CEO of iHeart Clear Channel, and I'm like, Randy, I want to hire a Tourette's person to be my news guy or a co-host, and I think that you couldn't get in trouble with the FCC when they blurted out these words because you're gonna now, what's a worse look? Like you're gonna a person that's disabled and has this type of situation's never gonna get an opportunity to be in the media, right? The media is gonna shun this person. It'd be like if I wanted to be the starting center for the Detroit Pistons. Well, I just it's never gonna happen. Well, I think you could almost get away with her tics and outbursts, maybe even bad words that you can't say on the radio, if it's a disability. I think like under the American Civil Disabilities Act, like it would be tough to tell a person they can't have a job in the media if they had this outburst, right? Like what would be a bigger issue? That would be a PR nightmare, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you would think, but they'd still probably want you to hit that dump button if you could.
Mm-hmm. That would be the issue. I said, why didn't you dump it?
I tried my best, but
Take me places or to go do things.
Be a hell of a gimmick, though, wouldn't it, Dan?
Oh, yeah, it'd be awesome.
Like you're going to tell me right now that Bailey, who's a co-host on my show and has these outbursts, I can't have her on the air because occasionally a word comes out that's an FCC violation. I try to dump it, but we don't catch all of them. But she's never going to have an opportunity to be on the radio or to be a media superstar. I'm giving her that opportunity, and now you're going to take it away from her, a person that's disabled? I think, Dan, you got a pretty hell of a good...
Yeah, I do think you have an argument for that, but then that same argument is like, even though she is disabled and we need to accommodate her, she's still not capable of driving a car, and she still may not be
There's
capable of
a lot of radio personalities
doing...
that got their license taken away for DUIs. There's a lot of radio personalities that don't have driver's license.
They may say she's not capable of it. Which again, she'd probably be able to sue. I love the controversy, and I'd love to see how it would play out.
Yeah.
But you'd probably be obligated to try to dump it as well as possible.
The initial freedom
O&A had a guy like that on their show.
Well, if you're on satellite, you can do it.
I think it was even pre-satellite.
Oh yeah, that's brilliant.
Go and do that, but
Oh.
Get that, Bubba.
But I don't. So therefore, I live with it. Up top, Girl Scout. And it's just kind of whatever at this point, but. No, I don't drive. I always sit in this wonderful passenger seat.
Dan, what do you think?
I think she's adorable.
She's very pretty.
I think she's pretty. I like her hair.
Okay, so I have been through probably like 50 medical.
And she's not like a fake.
I can't give an accurate assertion as to how much of it's real and how much of it's fake. Right? It's not my specialty. Even though I had a touch of this as a kid. Again, it is a spectrum, and some people are profoundly handicapped by it, as others are just. Some people just go through life with just a little bit of an eye twitch. I mean, you see it all the time.
But when you have it this bad, you're almost a prisoner in the fact that you can't go to dinner, you can't go out, you can't. It's tough to go out in public because you make a people will, obviously look at you and comment on you, make you feel uncomfortable, and it's just like you're a prisoner. You're a prisoner of life.
Your own brain.
Changes in like the past month with medicine, but we're gonna double flop.
Oh.
We're gonna talk about it. Oof. Oof. Oof.
I mean, she goes through a cascade of twitches before she comes back. It's almost like a seizure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like she's having a little mini seizure.
Yeah.
And then
a petit mal seizure.
Girl Scout.
And then she kind of gets out of it, and she can talk for like a little bit, and then she goes. And I think I was reading something. I mean, I was watching her, and she's like, the more she tries to suppress it,
To more it bubbles up.
Then eventually she'll have a big one.
That happens with people with seizures too, with the little petit mal seizures. As soon as they're under stress or like in a being put in a situation, they go crazy. I'm not crazy, but they go off on their seizures.
I am on an antipsychotic at the moment for my mood called Seroquel that I also use for my sleep. Go fuck yourself.
Oh. Usually Blitz, I can see him coming.
You've gotten a lot of them.
But
I know.
It's tough, man. It's tough. It's a machine gun.
There's one in there.
She came around the corner, Blitz, with a full-blown shotgun on me.
Yeah, hard ass.
Oopsie. And then I'm also on an OCD med.
SSRIs.
Raging!
So she's
called Luvox. So
she's psychotic.
You're done.
Is she crazy?
You're done. So yes, that's the medicine I'm currently on. I'm not on meds for my tics.
So she's
Suck on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's crazy. And so, maybe it's because she's crazy. She's faking ticks.
No, but if you were having sex with her, could you get her to,
that'd be great. That'd be
Well,
great.
today, federal health officials announced a major boost to the country's...
How much fun would that be?
Yeah, up top, Girl Scout. You're done. You're done.
No, you're done.
Officials announced a major...
I am done. I'm going to the bathroom.
boost to the country's supply of the monkeypox vaccine amid a surge in new cases.
Now, Dan, you're a
Yes,
doctor.
yes.
What's your opinion of monkeypox? As much as they're saying that it's not, men having sex with men.
They're claiming actually it's the reverse of what they thought, that it's not the skin-to-skin contact, that it's actually more of like an STD.
Really?
Yeah, I'll find the article. I sent it.
Cases are up more than 30% in the last week to over 14.
Now,
The narrative, this is another problem with woke. Because they were so afraid to say men stop having sex with men for a month to stop the spread, slow the curve, whatever you want to call it. Because when this was getting out and it first started coming out, it was sort of like a new thing that this has been around for a while, but suddenly out of nowhere, everyone's susceptible to this. And so it's
So this is
anal
woke.
sex. It's anal sex causing this.
And
So
and the
they don't want to
media-
talk about it because they're afraid of offending homosexual men. But dude, it's not about homosexual men. It's anal sex. Period.
Anal oral, they said mostly.
But it's ain't. But it's so
Yeah.
this is.
It's anal sex almost
Period.
exclusively. But there's other ways of doing
How
it.
about
but
the
it's-
guy that got it all over his face?
Well, that's another way of sodomy. So it's sodomy. Sodomy does it.
Let me get through this, and then we'll bring Kevin in.
Arrow has the new details.
Tonight, the White House
So, and sodomy can be heterosexual.
Yes.
says an additional...
I didn't say it was heterosexual or homosexual. It's sodomy. It's
Madeira
anal and
Beach.
oral sodomy.
1.8 million doses of the monkeypox vaccine will be available.
So, I'm not even going to ask that question.
Available starting Monday, as cases of monkeypox
I mean,
are
should we go get monkeypox? And
Bubba, I believe that you and I had smallpox vaccines as kids, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're good.
I think Bubba said he did not.
Huh?
Oh, I don't think I did.
I think I did.
You know when they leave the scar on your arm?
Yeah, I had
No,
that.
I
You
never.
didn't get that?
No,
Okay, well, I mean, I have the vaccine.
but I don't do what you said.
Good. Then you should be fine. You're not going to catch it in the grocery.
I don't mess around, in the, I had
Madeira
that one.
Beach
I
style.
had a Madeira Beach experience like in 2000.
I think you bleached it right off you.
Right.
30% from just a week ago.
Now, if that guy's got the monkeypox on his finger, does that mean he might have had his finger in that area?
A little thumb action? Yeah.
Just yes or no, Dan?
Yes.
Thumbs up or thumbs down.
Thumbs up.
Thanks for coming in. Thank you, sir. And yet CDC Director Dr. Michelle Walensky admits the government is still studying the vaccine's efficacy.
To be clear, we're learning how well these vaccines work against...
Boy, we really researched the hell out of monkeypox, but man, we'll go ahead and just fast track the COVID deal, right?
monkeypox, and in this specific
And
outbreak.
Dan, why are they calling it monkeypox? Did it start with monkeys?
I think so.
It seems to be more prevalent in rodents, but they were studying it in monkeys with research, and so I'm not sure why they name these things.
Poor monkeys, just because they use monkeys, as the test, whatever.
Yeah, they were
they
a
have
good
to have
animal vector for it.
Well, it said the disease was first spotted in monkeys in 1958.
Maybe that's
Which
it.
gave
It
it
was a
its name.
transmission from monkey to human. That maybe that's why they call it that.
Does that mean that monkeys at one time were having sex with humans and vice versa?
Probably ate a monkey or something, or effed it. I don't know.
Man, how can you have sex with a monkey?
I think they're too squirrely. I think they ate it, and that's what happened.
Or the monkey took him, the
Yeah.
person.
That could happen.
I can see where a monkey could take a man. I don't see where a man can. I want to see that on History Channel. Monkey versus man, man versus monkey.
Well, that's where they said that AIDS first came from. Remember, we were in the 80s.
Yes.
They said that AIDS came from a guy having sex with a monkey.
That was the rumor for a long time.
Forever, that was the rumor.
But was that the truth?
I don't know if that's the truth.
From the
Do
medical
we ever know
perspective.
what's the truth?
we really
I mean,
don't
come
know.
on.
I mean, to this day, we really don't know where COVID came
We're
from.
saying that COVID came from a pangolin?
Well, I think they.
I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. First of all,
Transmitted to a bat that got into soup.
I want beaver pox.
Genetic code has never been found
right
in an animal.
I want kitty pox. Is that coming up next?
Kitty pox?
Well, I think kitty pox is like what a standard STD is, right?
Yeah,
and
it's
that's what
called
this.
herpes.
At the end of the day, that we have all types of different vagina pox that comes in forms of STDs.
Mm-hmm.
We've just haven't been able to have one that is associated with the other area. So monkeypox is the first one, right? Monkeypox is kind of the first one that exclusively is to the butt.
Well,
not really.
I mean, yeah, HIV kind of.
Oh, okay.
And they're saying that
anything to do with that area is bad.
They're saying that monkeypox is a racist and it's a bad term. They want to change the term. But
the monkeys mad?
Well, I mean, the chickens weren't mad about chicken pox. The cows weren't mad about cow pox.
I don't think there's
Why
any.
did
I don't think
monkeys-
there's any monkeys that have come to the media and said we're hey, I'm the head monkey here. And,
We're being targeted.
Me and the 14 other gorillas here in the mist are real mad about you putting this on us, buddy. Because I ain't got no awards on my this or that. Monkeypox. Why couldn't you call it, woodchuck pox? Or, why couldn't you call it something else? Why don't you call it panda pox?
The CDC is also encouraging the switch to injecting just below the skin to stretch doses up to 5 times.
Alrighty.
Today, 20-year-old Edward O'Keefe finally received his first dose at this new...
Finally.
I hate that.
Dan, I don't want
finally got
anybody
it.
shooting me in the arm like that. I want it right in my muscle. Why they shooting it in your forearm?
So they're trying to do a subcutaneous wheel, like the.
Oh, not there.
They're trying to make this. They're trying to spread out the vaccine.
They can
New Jersey clinic.
There weren't any appointments available.
If I'm a gay man and I'm susceptible to this, I want you to give me as much of that monkeypox as you can. Go deep.
So that'll be a fun line to be in.
That's why I'm in this predicament.
And so I found that pretty frustrating and maybe a little scary.
More than 50% of cases
But I
are...
will tell you this. Before I got to go because Kevin's here. But before this, listen. I will tell you this. If you're a homosexual man and you're sleeping with other men and you're doing the sort of things that they say that monkeypox is, transmitted by, I think it would probably be, responsible to go out and get the vaccine.
Yes, I agree.
think it would be,
100%.
I don't think it's really, and I think that if you want to get a monkeypox virus vaccine, I think you can probably get one.
Yes.
Like they're readily available.
They're saying they're predicting a shortage, but right now they
Can
are
you go down
available.
to Publix and say, hey, I'm
In some
supposed to
places,
go date Bart tonight. And I need to.
a few weeks ago there was like real long lines and stuff, but that wasn't for long.
For the monkeypox?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin's here.
Yep.
Let's do Kevin. Dan will say goodbye to you.
All right, guys.
And
Again,
see you at the game on tomorrow.
yes, vote for Kevin.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Lummy, are you what are you doing? Can I pee for a second?
Bye, Daniel.
See you guys. Have a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
And then I'll be back. Quickly.
See you, Lummy.
Bye, Dan.
Thanks for everything.
Bye, Dan.
See you, Bubba. Thank you.
Oh, I forgot to get into this story today, Dan.
Which one?
Designer vagina.
Oh. Save that for Monday.
Okay, well. God dang it.
Designer vagina. What's up, Kevin? Here we are.
How we doing? Good. It's good. A lot of stuff happening.
Okay.
Dan's golden microphone.
Oh no, I don't want to affect that.
Heaven forbid. You ever gonna get that Rivian? I've been seeing them on the road now and then.
You know, actually, I got the. They changed the interior on it, but yeah, you know.
He's never getting it. It's never coming.
You know, it's like
the
a
only
unicorn.
thing. It's really the only thing in life that
How many
Kevin got
fights?
suckered
How
on.
months?
Kevin is usually pretty dialed in. Doesn't he doesn't really make stupid, rash, knee-jerk decisions. Everything's well thought out. You know, the property that you buy ends up being a good property.
What'd you say?
But they got you on this one, Kevin.
Oh,
We'll see.
The Rivian.
We'll see.
Because
We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, you're supposed to get a win.
Get those.
October of last year.
I need it all on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I need to
You know,
order
think
new ones.
Now, would they give you your
Just
money
new,
back? No.
Oh yeah,
covers.
of course. It's only
But it's
$1,000.
now you're to the point where you gotta get it
And make it
because
make it look a lot better.
you can flip it probably.
I probably could.
You could probably flip
Who
it.
is?
People are
Yeah, I don't blame
3K
him.
on it. They
Yeah, that's
were.
what I'm
I don't
saying.
know if they still could, but
The scarcity makes it worth more.
I know.
Someone like him
Now, what are they
doesn't
saying
have his own.
as far as?
I know.
I mean, I know you're talking.
He used to.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
You probably
So what are they saying?
I just got an email yesterday.
Because like someone like
that
him, you would think
changed
that
the-
you know that.
I could have got it
It's like-
earlier, but I didn't want the black interior.
Right.
So I
Or
kept
Florida.
Yeah, so I got the light interior, so that was helpful.
So what are they saying?
They sent me an email that said that,
Need to
let me
go.
know
Oh, yeah, thank
when
you.
you want it.
Thank you.
But are they
I've
saying
seen
October?
that.
October?
Yeah.
You said that last year at the same time.
Listen, there's certain things I can't
Did you
control.
buy Bitcoin today? It sounded a little bit.
I didn't buy it. Listen,
You don't have time for that bullshit.
my
Say it.
vision is like looking through the world through a toilet holder roll.
And here's
Yeah,
here's the thing, is that
I bet one.
after Tuesday, regardless of the outcome, you're either gonna be like, "Phew, okay, or you're like, oh shit, now we gotta ramp it up for November. I mean, we gotta put the gas.
It presents two unique problems and challenges either way.
Yeah. Who is the Democratic nominee?
A guy named Eric Lynn.
Is there only one?
Mm-hmm. I really don't know anything about.
I don't know.
That's asking
There's
Bear
only
Bryant. What do you
one?
think about Alabama when you've got another game between? You're like, I got to worry about next week.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's exciting though.
Now,
Nice Bubba 199 today, Roger.
and this is also going to ask you on the air, but why haven't you, with the General Flynn endorsement, why haven't you brought up your children?
I talked about it a little bit, but I just.
I mean, if we want to talk
Think
about
about
somebody
it.
who's really fucking a combat, I mean, somebody who are really in the military. Granted, you didn't, you're not in the military, but I mean, you got some very highly decorated, prestigious military
Well,
groups.
we've talked about them
I've heard you reference it
in
before.
like all of our messaging to voters.
Like your family.
Mhm.
Right.
That gets messaged a lot. But I mean,
Yeah, a lot.
How mad do you think your opponent is with the
Stop.
Flynn
Yeah,
endorsement?
what's that?
How mad do you think your opponent is with the
Oh.
Flynn endorsement?
That's a huge, huge, huge problem.
I know. And we're talking about all this. Do you have a new commercial from the old one that I've seen?
Yeah, let me give you the new one.
Billy, is it on your YouTube?
Yeah, I think it should be there.
He's gonna call you to police.
Here's all
Exactly.
my text that-
Because one of your commercial sound doesn't work. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
My guys were supposed to tell you.
No, he's got a bunch of like B-roll and stuff on his YouTube, so it doesn't have sound. It's not supposed to.
What's his YouTube? Is it /Kevin Hazlett?
I don't know where it is.
I want to say it's like Kevin Hazlett 1 or something.
It's almost ding dong golden egg. Egg here. Gold. Gold egg. Gold egg. Almost.
I know. You can't do like that. You can't do like a tick with it.
Wind it up.
Wind it up.
Ding dong. You're done, ding dong. Wind it up. Up top. Girl Scout.
It like comes naturally.
Yeah. I know, I saw Louis C.K. I didn't even recognize him when I saw the thumbnail. I'm like, who's that old? Oh my god, it's Louis C.K.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna watch some of it today.
Now, which one we got here? The golf ball one? No, that's a.
Oh, let me see. Let me see. I can text it to you because I don't have it right.
Well, I can't.
I didn't know you drink coffee.
I've been drinking coffee.
You got to text it to.
Where's the sweet tea?
Honor.
No sweet teas?
I didn't. I got coffee today. Let me see if I. Let me go.
You can't stop for the 8 sweet teas?
Mm-hmm.
So, is this your YouTube channel right here, Kevin?
No, that's not it.
I think that is.
Send me Kevin's YouTube channel.
Well, there's like 3 of them now.
I know.
Yeah, people. See if you get one that has it on there.
Is it the Open Borders one?
Yeah, see the Open Borders.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, that one.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show. It's the Bubba the Love Spot Show, and I've known this next guy for 23 or 4 years. And I say this as a friend. Kevin, you look tired, my friend. I've known you for nearly 23, 24 years, and you just look like you have been, like you've ran 14 marathons and 3 Ironmans. You look tired, my friend.
It's kind of funny when you're like sitting with your buddies from high school and you're at a reunion and the really fit guy walks in the room and he's run like 5, ultra marathons or he's done an Ironman, and you say to your buddies, I'm going to run an Ironman. Seems really cool that night until you do it.
Until you got to start training for it.
That's my point. You have no idea. You have no idea what it takes.
When you told me, hey, you know what, Bubba, I'm thinking about.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, God, yeah, Kevin. I think I might have been one of the very first people you talked to about you running for this office. I think I was probably, one of the very first. I remember exactly where it was. It was in the kitchen one day, and it was like you were probably 3 weeks away from, pulling the trigger on the deal. And we were so excited, and we're like, yeah. And Kevin, man, I think you probably have a whole new appreciation for, or lack of appreciation for, how dirty of a game this really. Now, listen, you
and you knew before,
and you had a general idea. I mean, you hobnob with judges, and I mean, you're in that little political circle, so to speak, countywide. You know judges, and sheriffs, and people that run for election. And you've seen the election process, and you've made donations, and you've been to fundraisers, and you've been to blah blah blah. But you've never been a candidate, and oh my
There's
Lord.
a difference between knowing it and feeling it.
Oh, Kevin, it's unlike any. Like, you could almost do a book on the running process, could you not?
Campaigning.
Yeah, it's interesting because what you could do. I wish I had 4 GoPros on my head the entire time.
I wish you would have better vlogged the process.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's hard. It's hard to figure out. You don't know, and the best way to describe it is, I remember it was many years ago when I was like, I'm not going to pay that to retile my kitchen. So you go out and you do a DIY kitchen project, and you do tile in your kitchen. And you kind of figure out at the end all the mistakes you made. So the next time you did it, it'd be really, really good. So, you realize the mistakes you made because you're doing it in real time. But it's really hard. I mean, you don't know what you don't know when you get into it. But there's just a lot that goes into it, and you don't realize it. And
it's such a machine.
It is.
And it'll chew you up and spit you out. The average person, it really will. Will it not?
I guess. I mean, you've got to have some thick skin.
You got to be organized.
You got to be organized. You have thick skin.
You need help.
You need help. You need volunteers.
You need money.
And then you need money. Then you need money. Then you need more money.
And then here's the thing of all people don't know that you're a non-factor. Nobody cares about you until you are a factor. And then here comes the sling. Here comes the mud. They're just going to find anything, and they're going to embellish, and they're going to flat out lie. They're going to flat out just misquote and miscontext, and they're just going. And that is almost a testament or badge of honor, because if you're getting mud slung on you, then that means they're scared because you might win.
You're threatening.
When you were 23 points
no
down,
one talked about me.
When you first entered this race, I don't know, 3-4 months ago, you couldn't, nobody, Anna Luna Polina Scalina, or whatever the hell her name is. No.
No, it's interesting.
Don Trump Jr. Nothing. Nobody knew nothing. All of a sudden, you win a straw poll. You're polling 4 points ahead. It's
a weird way to measure success.
It is, and so the way Kevin's being measured is, oh my God, they hate me. They're doing a big smear campaign on me because I'm winning.
Yeah, see, people, the average person doesn't realize that no one talks about. So this is, and I didn't know this too. When you're in politics, no one, if they want to attack you, they never mention your name. But when you're really winning, they mention your name. So it went from no one talked about me. I was ignored.
And then when you do win, they go, we were actually behind you the whole time. We're your friends.
You get guys that talk crap about you, be like, oh, hey, Kevin, man, what's going on?
It's so interesting because, at first I was like going, where I felt like we're up. So when we started, I didn't know how to do this. So we had 78, events. I had 78 either meet and greets, fundraisers. I went to every event, every club. I went to every debate.
And guess who was there with you, every one of them?
My sweet wife.
Your wife.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's a ride or die, man.
She is.
No, Kevin, for real. Like my grandpa.
And she's hot.
Like my grandpa said, I don't know if this is appropriate to say or not,
Probably
but I'm going
not.
to say it. My grandpa told me one thing. My grandpa once told me, Grandpa Fred, Bubba, have you ever heard the expression, behind every good man's a good woman? Like, yep. He goes, well, behind every failed man is a bitch.
That's funny. Well, she has been.
I mean, she is your rock.
She has been unbelievable. So this morning she's waking up, and she gets up. I go to one part of the county. Her and her father go to a different part of the county, and they knock on about 200 doors. Wow. They talk to voters every single day.
I will tell you, I won't open my door, but I would open it for Missy Hazlett.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be one of your better techniques right there, a hot MILF knocking on doors, Kevin. She doesn't get doors slammed in her face, I promise you.
But
right?
It's interesting because it just it's so, when you are talking to voters, that's the best way to do it. When you're talking to them face to face. Before I came in here, I get a list of people every day. They send to me. They say, "Hey, listen, these people are undecided," and then I call them on the phone. And
For real?
Yeah. And I call them on the phone. I was walking here with someone. I was undecided.
Can we practice one time? I'm going to be Mr. Johnson. Okay.
Sure.
Ring, ring. Hello.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Johnson, how are you? My campaign said you called, and you just were having
Who's this?
Hey, this is Kevin Hazlett.
Oh, are you the guy running for Congress?
Yeah, I'm actually the guy. This is not someone that works for me.
No, like
this
you're
is me.
Kevin?
You came right. This is exactly how it goes. No one believes it's
I'll
me.
vote
By the
for
way.
you, but I got this DUI I need cleared up.
I got some speeding tickets. Can take care of that.
Kevin, I'm just trying to be funny.
I know. But the funny thing is, no other candidate ever calls people.
No
one ever calls people. So these people, it's funny because you get
This is Kevin for real?
Yeah, I get like these internet trolls that get on and they'll get on the page and they'll say, "You're this, you're that, you're that." So I'll go like, when's a good time to call you? Yeah, right. And then I call them, and they're like, I'm at this so-and-so. They're like, wait, you're the candidate? Yeah. I can't believe you called me. Well, I thought you wanted to talk.
Yeah.
I heard one time you defended this one guy.
The funny thing is, by the time it's done, 99% of them, they're like, okay, you've got my vote. You've got my family's vote. Can I come pick up some yard signs?
Nice.
But let's not talk about the troll. But let's talk about Mr. Johnson, who's on the fence.
Sure, go ahead.
And how does that go then? Like he goes, yeah, this is Mr. Johnson. How you doing, Kevin?
That's good, Mr. Johnson. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, you got a big race Tuesday, huh?
Yeah, we do. We got a really big race. I understand that you're on the fence. You're not really sure of who you want to vote for.
Well, that other girl's Trump endorsed. So, I like Donald Trump and everything. And, but I know that, you've been around here for a long time. I see your billboards, and I know your dad's a dentist, and seem like you've lived around here for pretty long. So, yeah, I'm kind of undecided right now. I'm kind of leaning maybe towards you, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's very interesting because, of course, that happened well before I was in the race. But you know what didn't happen?
What, Kevin?
What was that in January, Grady Judd was weighing his options on who to endorse.
Oh, you mean that stud over in Polk County?
Yeah.
Who's he endorsing?
He offered every candidate the opportunity to meet with him.
He did?
So did Sheriff Bob Gualtieri, gave every candidate the opportunity to meet with him.
Really? Sheriff Bob, huh?
Yes.
He pulled my grandson over one time, cut him a break back in '79. I love that guy.
So did Jim Coates, Sheriff of Pinellas County.
Oh, I know Jim Coates,
so did
man.
Mike
I played dominoes with him on Wednesday over at the Legions.
So the difference is that all these folks, and you know what? General Michael Flynn gave every opportunity.
Oh!
Yeah, General Michael.
That four-star guy?
That's right.
Oh. Hey, Kevin, can I get a bumper sticker?
but it's funny because
Did you see our sign when you pulled in?
I did. I love it.
Thank you.
But I think a lot of people don't understand that all these folks that a lot of people know and trust. I mean, Grady Judd, America's sheriff, he's got a 94% approval rating.
In fact, let me tell you something about Gary. I've done some ride-alongs with him right now, and he goes, "Can I tell you what makes me the maddest? What? When I don't get 98 to 99%.
Yeah, and then he sends a SWAT team out to everybody else.
He gets mad as hell. He goes, man, I only got like 93.5% last time. Dadgummit, there's like 7% of people that didn't vote for him.
That's like four people.
He's
Four people in Polk County don't like him.
Mm-hmm. I know you've spent some time with him.
I have.
And he is just the salt of the earth.
Yes.
I mean, and I know the GOP, he's been asked to run for governor several times.
Yes,
and
he's
like, I won't do it because when you're up there in Tallahassee, you still got to answer to somebody. And I only answer to one person down here, me.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to. I asked him that. He doesn't want to leave that. I mean, he's in a great spot.
Oh, he loves his wife. He loves his house. He loves his grandkids. He's right where he needs to be.
And there's no better job for him.
Who do you think, local politician-wise could, like does Chronister go on to be, maybe a congressman or?
No. I think those people are going to I mean, the problem with Congress is it's too hard to work.
Right.
You mean because you're running for election every 2 years. You've got to play wet foot, dry foot between here and D.C. What
will be your, and I'm not trying to ring you in like that, but how much, what's your time, how much time do you spend there? How much time, a typical congressman?
The typical congressman spends about 50 to 60% of his time in D.C. and 40% of the time in the district. Most of them, what they do is they go up there for votes on Tuesday and they fly back Friday. So they're there for like a short week. And if they've got a lot of votes for the weekend, they stay for 2 weeks and come back.
Unless you're on a committee.
Right.
Or unless you're, doing things like that.
And there's some breaks, Christmas break and a fall break. But other than that, they're up there quite a bit where...
Now, does the government provide housing, or do you got to get your own place?
No.
Oh, no, I'm asking. I don't know these questions.
I know. I'm just like, no, that's what makes it... The average person...
You're taking a major pay cut.
Yeah.
If you not walk away, but you take a sabbatical from your because you're a partner, right? So you're a partner, and meaning you could not work, active trials, and you still get you're still a partner. But do you have to?
You cannot receive the maximum money I can receive from the law firm is $35,000 a year.
So that's what you're going to make.
That's the maximum you can receive.
Okay. But when you would get done being a congressman, then you could always fold back into the law firm, could you not?
Sure.
Right.
But here's the thing. I mean, the average...
You got to go get you an apartment up there?
Yeah, I mean, you have to get... I mean, a lot of those folks live in basement apartments. They rent out rooms. Because
Congressman?
Yes, because... Well, think about this. Let's say you're raising a young family, and you've got to now have a house in Virginia... Or that's not Virginia. Let's say you've got a house in Wyoming or wherever you live.
Yeah.
And then a house in D.C. Well, then you've got 2 house payments, or you've got to rent an apartment in D.C., which is going to cost you $2,500 a month. Let's say you've got $2,500 a month that you're paying for a mortgage where you live, and you're raising kids.
Why didn't the government, as much money as we blow on stupid stuff, why doesn't the government come up with some a condo association where, congrosmen and senators can live? Like
a dorm.
Yeah, not like a dorm,
but a cafeteria.
But like an apartment complex.
Yeah. It's funny. There is a set a group of Republican congressmen and women that are what called the Couch Caucus. And you know who did this was Ron DeSantis. He lived in his office. He didn't have a place. He couldn't afford it. He lived in his office, so he had a fold-out couch. He had a little closet in his office. They showered in the congressional gym to save money.
Oh.
But you're literally sleeping on a couch.
I mean,
it's kind of unfair to say they can't afford it. I mean, the salary is $174,000.
Yeah, but
I know, but that's still not. But hold on, Blitz. That's usually not. That's usually not enough money to have
two places with a family.
I'm not saying you're living large, but I mean,
Listen, we just hired 87,000 new IRS agents, and with I don't know how many bullets and guns. Why don't we? I would all be for, man. Let's have a Senate and a Congress apartment complex. That would right.
The Democrats had suggested that, and the problem is, I think the American people don't want to, pay for that, and that's kind of crazy.
Sure.
it's kind of crazy to accept. I mean, listen, $174,000 is a lot of money.
Right.
That's a lot of money. And I think the idea is if you're going to take the job, you know what you're getting paid ahead of time. So if you can't do it, you don't do it. I mean, AOC, when she got up there, she complained about she couldn't afford to live in D.C. That fell on deaf ears. I mean, how do you tell someone who's working really hard for $60,000 a year, which is a lot of money too, that you can't make it $164,000?
Right.
I mean, that's absurd.
If there was
can't say
one
that.
person that you
Single,
have,
no kids.
Yeah, you can't say
if
that.
there was
Yeah.
one, if you become the congressman for the 13th district, how fast do you want to argue with AOC? How fast do you want to get in an argument with her?
Well, I think
when she's out there spewing that nonsense and the woke ass congressman won't call her out, will you call her out?
Well, you know that. 100%.
I do.
100%. And, of course, the way that I do it and will do it is not the way. It's not a screaming match.
No.
I mean, the way it works is you have to use, some logic and
a mind trap.
Well, and there's protocol,
yeah,
right?
and a little snarkiness too. But I mean, that's how you want to go after it.
A lot of snarkiness.
A lot of snarkiness.
Hold on here. Hello. Go ahead. Oh, sorry.
But I think people ask, who would you like to be like? And I like Trey Gowdy, man. He's the guy. He's the man.
I have always been a Trey.
huge
Why did he leave?
Because he said he'd do his time and leave. Because he promised what he would do and he did it.
Oh, so he's not going to be like a Jesse Helms and be there 185
No,
years. He's going to come in and get out and get out.
He's already out. He's back in Greenville.
Democrats want amnesty for illegals. Some Republicans agree. Anna Paulina Luna says,
I always agreed with President Obama's immigration policies.
Providing a pathway to citizenship.
We need a pathway to citizenship.
Trump, DeSantis, and conservative Kevin Hazlett disagree. Hazlett took on cartels as prosecutor, and he'll seal the border in Congress. No amnesty. Hazlett's policy or Luna's?
I always agreed with President Obama's immigration policies.
That's the choice.
I'm Kevin Hazlett, and I approve this message.
Democrats want amnesty.
I think that's a great.
You like that?
You getting some good traction on that?
Yes, that's a good one. That's a real good one.
And then I think this is one too as well.
I always agreed with President Obama's immigration policies.
That's a little 15-second short.
It's like a rock star coming in. I mean, I got to go into words, so I'm not too late, but I'm going to say something. I don't know if you can necessarily agree, but it's almost embarrassing that she has found this little knucker hole, so to speak, to be able to wedge her way to even get this far. Like, she doesn't live here. She is just everything that this party really stands for. She's really at one time or another not been a part of. Like, she's fake. She's exactly what's wrong with our country. And that our, things are decided by how cute you are and how many selfies you can take of yourself with a German Shepherd and fatigues. Like, I mean, like, it's almost a joke, isn't it? Isn't it how? And she's become she's actually a viable candidate. I mean, it's going to go neck and neck, right, Kevin? It's neck and neck, and it has nothing to do with what she's accomplished in life. It has everything to do with that she's cute, and she, an election ago, got Donald Trump's endorsement. That's it. That's the only thing she's got going for herself. I mean, what else does she run on? What else does she campaign on?
You sound like Roger Stone. He's so spun up over this.
I mean, this is a disgrace to the system in itself. Aren't you supposed to vet your candidates a little bit better? Shouldn't you have to live? You just can't carpet bag on in. You just can't live in California and you hire a team to look at the entire country to strategically look where you could possibly be a congressperson from so that you can go do 2 terms and get a pension for the rest of your life that you've never really had. Like, what's her real... Kevin, you've made... I'm not trying to call your spot. You've made millions of dollars as a successful businessman. Whether it be partner in a law firm or your residential investment properties or you've made millions. Is it not safe to say that as a business person, you've made millions of dollars over your tenure of working?
Sure.
Okay. What has she done? What successful thing has she done? Shouldn't your congressman or senator be somebody that's had some success somewhere, is somewhat well versed on the protocol of law and how to debate I mean, Kevin, you just can't get on the Congress floor and stand. I mean, there's protocol and minutes and procedures and recognizing and heeding and all of that, right? Stuff that you know how to do.
Yeah. So now,
what has she done? I'm just asking.
Why are you using common sense? And that's the problem. And that's, I think, the problem with elections when you are trying to elect a Manchurian candidate that gets put together, changes her name, tries to pander, and it's literally like it's...
Who invented this Frankenstein?
Well, they do it around the country with other candidates, and it really is it. And here's the problem, and if you see any of her ads, it doesn't come from her campaign. She doesn't have any money in her campaign. It's an inside dark money group that's fully funded all of her campaign. And
saw this soft pack stuff, right?
But
this anonymous soft pack stuff.
The argument is, because I don't know where the money comes because you can't find the money trail. This is very interesting, and someone laid it out to me the other day, and I didn't even think about this. They said, "Listen, the polling has come out that she loses to the Democrat in the general election bad, because if you can imagine a general election when you've got to, you've got independents voting, you got Democrats voting, you got Republicans voting, you got all the entire electorate, because the key should be to win that seat." In order to have a Republican majority in Congress. So you need to win the seat.
Like, this is a very important seat.
Huge seat. So the problem is...
And right now, if you win or a Republican win, that seat flips. That seat currently right now is blue.
Well, the polling shows right now that if I'm elected in the primary, I beat the Democrat. If she wins, she loses. And it's not close. So the argument that was made to me, because, the money that's coming in, because it's like, Trump didn't give her any money. That's nothing to do with him money-wise. That money came back. And the question is whether or not that money is funded by a Democrat, George Soros back. Because this is happening around the country right now. Because
Soros rolls in and gives her
a bunch of money because he knows he's going to lose.
So you get a Democrat who funds a candidate that they know will lose the general election. And that's happening around the country. So, when you have
pour money into the soft Republican candidate, because our blue Willie is going to beat that soft in the general.
Strategy.
Yeah, it's happening in Georgia right now. You're right, Group of Lips. That's right. Yeah. So that's what you do when that happens and a lot of that's happening. They go, okay, let's fund the person that will lose to the Democrat. So we have the pathway, and it's sadly that's happening. And then even in other states, you've got Democrats in these non-closed primaries voting for the candidate that will lose to the real Democrat in the general. And then you've got to go. That's what's really scary when a campaign like hers is fully funded, totally funded. All the money comes from a dark inside money where no one knows where the money's doing. All my money is donated from people like you guys.
All your money came from people that
I got $500 here,
Crowdsourcing.
$100 here, $300 here. And that's how it's supposed to be, money from the district. 99% of mine is all money from the district. 99% of hers is money outside the... 100% is hers outside the district. So that's kind of weird.
She doesn't live in the district.
Yeah, so you kind of ask
that part too.
But the problem is a lot of people don't understand that. And they kind of go, why should you let Washington, D.C. or an inside group pick your congressperson who's not from here? And I think a lot of people that are really smart get it, but there's like...
The average person does not.
It's hard for them to get it. But
the average person doesn't deep dive. We're in this way deeper than the average person.
But the other... But here, this race is going to be so close.
Is it going to be controlled by hundreds, if not tens of votes?
You ready for this? If every Bubba Army person who lives in Pinellas County, if you're in a Bubba Army right now, Google my name, Kevin Hazlett. You can go, if you want to know about what the campaign, just Google my name. If you would Google my name and go to the website, you can see where the district is. It tells you what's happening. If every Bubba Army person who lived in Pinellas County voted for me, that would actually make the difference. Jeez. It's that close. It'll be less than 600 votes. So how many Bubba Army do you think live in Pinellas County?
Probably about a couple thousand maybe.
Yeah, that wins the election.
That's what I don't know if you heard the show earlier today, but I'm like, listen, there's somebody driving around right now in Clearwater that, usually doesn't vote for the primary because the primary is not sexy.
No.
And I'm very guilty of not voting in the primary. We probably all are. And but I always vote for the general. But there's a few hundred Bubba Armies right now rolling around in Pinellas that wasn't going to vote Tuesday. because they're like, primary, schmimary. Listen, sometimes your vote, I guess your vote always does really count.
It does.
It does. But, it's far less significant on when there's, 35 million votes in the presidency. You're one of 35 million compared to one of hundreds. That's how important just one vote. And so there's 10, 15, 20, 30 Bubba Army rolling around right now that are going to go out Tuesday because I'm begging you. You don't have to give me any money. You don't have to be part of BARP. You don't have to even be, buy a T-shirt or even let me one of those brand new double-sided Bubba Army flags that come out today.
Nice.
They'll be up soon. You don't got to do any of that. But it's your civic duty to go out and vote Tuesday. And I would be so thankful if you'd vote for Kevin if you live in the 13th. Kevin, having you as a congressman would just be, listen, not because, we can get a VIP tour of Congress, but because you're just the most qualified guy that needs to be there. And you're the only guy that the Republicans can put up that can beat the Democrat. Right now, the incumbent's blue. That seat is blue right now. There's one Republican that can flip that seat, which changes things in Washington, doesn't it?
It does. You know what people have been doing? I've had a lot of friends, and someone came out and this is what they did is they said, listen, and so this is how cool these people are. He goes, listen, I came up with an idea. He said, I'm asking, I sent you what he sent me. He goes, I've sent this text out to like 400 people on my phone, and I just ask everybody to get 10 people to vote for you. He goes, and I've texted out to like 300 people.
And guess what?
And but see,
she's not doing that. And you know what?
Because you don't know
she
people
didn't have
live
Missy
here.
Hazel knocking on doors in Largo today.
You don't know people. And that's the beauty of the Bubba Army is if you took the Bubba Army, and let's say that in Pinellas County, my guess, there's probably 3,000 Bubba Army in Pinellas County that are registered Republicans. That'd be my guess.
Okay.
If all of them went in to vote, that wins it.
That landslides.
That lands it. If all of them text their 10 friends, hey, do me a favor, vote for Kevin. Now we've got so much breathing room that it literally, the people that listen to this would actually
be the difference.
Move the election. That's right. That's right.
I mean,
I know someone that voted for Kevin. How about you guys?
I do.
I do.
Hold on. I'll one better you on two different folds.
I'll one better you. It was me.
Wait till you hear this.
I voted for Kevin.
So for Breezy, who never votes, Richard's the most I don't give a crap about nothing. He actually texted me yesterday his mail-in ballot.
Awesome.
And he goes, Tina's taking these to the post office today. I've never done this. Nice. And he filled in, by the way, Kevin, you're the number one candidate. Did you see that? You're the very
I'm top of the ballot. Yeah,
above the fold.
That's why I know. Because Fabrizi showed me a picture. And then, hold on, Caesar texted me, Blitz, and he goes, although I can't vote because I was a felon at one time, both of my sons and family are voting for Kevin.
But see, I think, a lot of people...
Kevin, I don't know that a lot of people know that groundswell of support that you have.
See, that's what my brother and I talked on the way over here.
That's the factor that nobody can figure in.
See, I think a lot of people, when you take the polls, you don't talk to enough people. Because think about a poll, and they have it literally 50-50 right now. We're like one port apart.
Mm-hmm.
But they call an average.
I saw you +3 in one poll, but anyway.
But right now I think tighten up to 1. But if you do that, okay, and if you're listening right now, just Google Kevin Hazlett. You can go learn about where the polling places are and everything like that. But when you do that, the
Bubba Army factor,
it is. But what happens is they assume that going forward that the next 10,000 voters will be the same way. But if you get a family and there's 10 people, their kids, their grandkids, they tell their neighbors, they all go my way, that poll doesn't hold up. You know what I mean? Because
none of those were people were polled.
No, because you don't realize that the rest of these people are not going to vote, even. They're going to break one way.
Right. They're going to be all different type of ways. The only thing they're going to be the same on is you.
That's right. So
don't Google me. Google Kevin all you want. Don't Google me.
Yeah. But if you do that, it's at the polling places. There's early voting through Sunday, so you can vote today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So 3 times in Pinellas County. And before I leave, I'll send you the polling places that you can go poll right now. Go vote right now. There's no lines. You can get it done in like 4 minutes. It literally is 4 minutes getting out. Yeah. But if you could get yourself, you get your neighbors, you just send a text to maybe, give me 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes and text, 25, 30 of your friends.
If you win on Tuesday,
come back and thank you.
I hope that you're on the show Wednesday.
Absolutely.
Thanking the Bubba Army.
Absolutely. Well, the Bubba Army can do this.
I mean,
literally, the Bubba Army can do this.
Our listeners alone can win this for you.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, granted, the nice gentleman that Missy's knocking on his door later today, that guy can help too. But collectively, the Bubba Army can win this for you.
Yep. Sure can.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
You're in the other. You're over.
I changed it. Went to Republican or anything.
Like that.
And then I'm just looking at the map before and I didn't realize there was a 20 deal.
Bubba Army flags will be up in about an hour.
Before I told about you, I guess you got your flyer or something.
Yes.
And I guess he sent you some, like a donation. And I've never seen him put a bumper sticker on his vehicle before. And then I went over there and he had your bumper sticker on.
Ooh.
I was kind of blown away.
Oh yeah.
He never does.
Yeah, I got edged out.
Mm-hmm.
I got edged in.
Yeah, I see it went north and it cut in. Beyond Shells.
How north did it go before? The Clearwater?
Clearwater.
Part of Clearwater.
Now it includes part of Old Tomorrow, like all of Palm Harbor, all the way up to almost Holiday.
Mm-hmm. To the Pasco County line.
Yeah.
Well, it goes past the county line?
To the Pasco County line.
Yeah, to the line, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got it.
It should literally just be Pinellas County.
It should be. That should be the district.
Yeah, what the hell?
Because putting the people that are in like downtown St. Pete as part of Hillsborough is so dumb.
It is.
Like, even the North County stuff being part of Pasco,
bits.
like that makes more sense. But the eastern part of St. Pete being Hillsborough, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But going door to door though, man, that works because I remember.
See your face.
No, there was a little known guy back in 2012, 2013, Chris Sprawls, that came to my house. I talked to him for a while. Put his yard sign in my yard.
You shoot him?
He's the Speaker of the House now.
Yeah,
Who does he endorse, Kevin?
He endorsed me.
Oh,
Yeah.
imagine that.
Yeah. And he sent out texts to 300 people to support me.
Yeah.
Speaker of the Florida House? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
But
is his left turn.
he came
That's what I'm
knocking.
saying,
He
like,
came
yeah,
knocking door to door, and
see your face?
I had no idea who he was, and he sat and talked to me for a little bit, and
It's amazing.
Different.
it worked.
It's so smaller. I mean, it's a small area.
I
you
know.
in the county, but it's still.
But it worked though.
What am I trying to do here? Let me call somebody
Miss
to open up the.
How's your sleep? Are you just
No
wired?
sleeping. No sleeping.
Okay.
Zero.
There's no sleeping.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. I asked.
Before all this, Kevin was actually good. Now we take meth and all.
Mm-hmm.
He's a drug addict.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that listen to the show. I miss a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Let me light.
Ice cream next.
It's hot here.
So take off all
Stand
your
up a little bit.
clothes.
Hi, you've reached Ashley O'Brien.
She looks scary.
Is someone close to the office to let someone in and grab some signs and a flag period?
You didn't bring any with you, did you, Kevin?
No, I might. I don't think I did. I might. I don't think so. I might have. I don't think so.
Good morning.
I've gone through so many signs.
I'm sure. I got stickers and magnets on all my cars, my parents' cars at home, but
Speed Racer 26, 50 months. South Tampa, 41 months.
Hopefully.
Oh, Beacon Fabian 24, 500 bits. Good morning,
If you
Country
make it
Bill.
to Congress first.
Let's go, Dale, 45 months.
Oh Jesus! What happened over here?
What's that?
Oh, no. Oh. Nothing.
What is that? What's that on a lunatic? What is that?
Analunatic.com.
The hype train's close. Beep beep.
What's that fucker 4239? Hype train, RC Element, 1,000 bits.
Hype train.
SS Boy 71, 100 bits.
What's your next break, Bubba?
Ice Julio, 812, 17 months.
When are you out after that? What's the next break after that?
Probably 20. Where you gotta go?
Yeah, like at 9:30.
Okay.
Deep Comp 3333, 14 months. TD Racing 01, 5 months.
Let's go. Beep beep.
Bubba's Cankles. What's up, Bubba's Cankles? 39 months. Hall of Famer Bubba's Cankles.
Oh, no problem. I'll just see if somebody can go over and let a guy in. He wants to grab some signs to wave.
Bubba's Cankles. Level 3.
What's the code? Is it 53? Not
Level 3, let's go. Finish this hype train. Kevin's last segment. Three, 4. Red beard.
In the middle of a hype train. Lummy, we'll do live stream before we leave today, okay?
All right, Chris Van 1975,000 bits.
Kevin's got to be out of here a hard 9:30, I think, right, Kevin?
Yes.
Hard 9:30. Lummy, we're in the middle of a hype train. How can we just get a big lump Willie and big whale to come in and get this complete so that we can continue on with Kevin? Because Kevin's got like 14 more minutes, and then he's got to go, kiss 5,000 babies before noon.
Two Dot Talk, 1,000 bits.
This might be like, why would they start one when we're right in the middle of some long form Willies?
Let me ask him too. He said, you know what? Start one right in the middle.
Lummy, did you really ask him?
Kevin's on time crunch.
Yeah, they
Lummy,
were,
did you really do that?
No,
come
people
on,
in chat said we love Kevin so much we want to give a hype train out.
All right, well then
let's finish it up for Kevin. Napa Mike, 55 subs.
Let me just let's see if this hype train finish itself out or not. I got a few things to cover with Kevin. So,
Do Not Talk, 4,000 bits.
Hopefully, we can just get through it. An uncelebrated hype train upon completion. Now, Lummy, as you have your big contributor, just blast him out.
Yes, sir.
But I only got a few more minutes with Kevin before he's got to go kiss 10,000 babies before
That's
2
right.
o'clock. Kevin, are you familiar with Anna Paulina Luna's own family?
No.
Did you see this?
I did not.
And I hope I'm not blindsiding you.
No.
But
What does it say?
I just find this interesting. This would be like Park. What's your Punkin' Duncan?
Punkin' Duncan.
It'd be like Punkin' Duncan saying, "Guess where everybody know I'm Punkin' Duncan. I'm Kevin's son, and he's a real piece of crap, and you just don't know my dad. He just, everybody says he's a really good lawyer and everything, but he beats his mom, my mom, and he's horrible. He's a horrible person. And listen, I mean, vote for anybody, but don't vote for my dad. My dad is just really not a good guy."
Hype train complete.
Thank you so very much. You're not. This should be a problem. Watch this, Kevin. And I'm not trying to blindside you.
Sure.
One way or the other. This is just available for anybody, for any public consumption. It's analunatic.com. Actually go there and read and peruse around a little bit. You might find something that interests you.
Anyone but her.
Oh, hold on. Here we go.
I have something really important to say to you guys.
Again, this isn't her babysitter, or this is somebody that's related to her.
Especially those of you who are in the Florida 13th Congressional District. And I have kept my mouth shut for quite some time.
By the way, thank you so much to the Hype Train contributors, Lummy. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
In a day.
I wrote them down.
Out of fear of being sued. My cousin.
Everybody, Kevin, is afraid. She's like the MJ of if you talk bad about me, I'll sue you.
It's true.
Even though I'm a public figure and it's a harder bar to prove, I'll defame, slander, sue, defamation.
Is Anna Paulina Luna. So me and my cousin grew up together We were pretty close.
I mean, this she's got pretty good standing.
Wow, she got the family picture and
My
everything.
dad used to buy matching outfits for us all the time. And he would take us to these really cool places
So, Kevin, this girl has standing to have an opinion, would you
Wow,
not say?
I would say.
All right.
to get our photos taken. And I can't say a lot just because I really do not want to be sued.
Can you imagine your own family suing you?
But
Tara would have sued me years ago.
Yeah.
as her cousin, I 100% do not endorse her. She has lied on many, many occasions. She tried to sue my dad for stalking when they hadn't talked in 15 years because he was trying to speak out against some of the lies that she was saying on social media. The thing that really gets me is when she talks about my grandmother who had Alzheimer's since me and her were both very little and could not speak, could not talk, could not walk, could not eat, couldn't do anything on her own. She was bedridden, basically a vegetable. My grandpa took care of her. And then she has the audacity to say the reason why she doesn't go by the name Meyerhofer is because she's ashamed of our family. But what really scares me is the possibility that she might actually become a congressional candidate and actually be a congresswoman. And I am all for having more women in politics. This is one woman you do not need in politics.
Now, again, this isn't the
Wow.
babysitter. This isn't the
Wow.
girl that does the laundry.
Wow.
This isn't the nanny from Denmark.
Wow.
This is her cousin.
That she said she grew up with.
Yeah.
She's tried to sue many of her opponents
Well, Kevin, you represented a person she tried to sue.
on baseless charges.
On and on and on.
And as I said before, she is constantly manipulating her past and lying about things and then threatening to sue people so that they don't speak up. And frankly, I am sick and tired of it. And I hope all of you out there in Florida, in that district, please, anyone else but her, I don't even care if you vote Republican or Democrat, anyone but her.
I mean, Kevin, that's pretty.
Jeez.
That's pretty. That'd be like Punkin Duncan saying, "My
Well,
dad,
yeah,
don't vote for my dad."
The closest person to them.
I have kind of a political question for Kevin. I'd like to ask.
Sure.
Have you been able to do anything fun lately, like fish or
No,
anything? 'Cause
no fun.
You're a sportsman, so
No
I know,
fun.
I know you
No
like to fish.
tarpon fishing, no king fishing,
No
no,
fun.
reds,
No fun.
nothing.
No fun in here.
That's
no,
too
it's
bad.
You sleep?
About 5 hours a night, 4 or 5 hours.
Jeez.
Oof.
Yeah, it's just.
How about that electric car you got ordered?
Yeah, that's not. Just put that on hold.
But I know you like to be outside and fish and all that. You
What's
just-
it
you have-
outside?
you
What's
haven't-
outside like?
Yeah, exactly.
You
So
are more.
haven't been able to.
You know what, Kevin? You are as about as pale as I've ever seen you.
Because I don't go. I mean, because I literally don't go out.
You're
I mean,
usually
Like
on a
Elon
boat.
Musk white.
Catching tarpon.
Yes. It's,
Are you, no matter the outcome, once this is finally over, are you going to take a nice little fishing weekend and just you and Mama go down to like Naples or wherever
Boca Grande?
Boca?
No. So the election's on Tuesday. On
You'll be on the Bubba Show on Wednesday.
Thursday morning, we're going up to New York because it's Duncan Pumpkins Ring Weekend. That's so cool. So at West Point, there's three there's a bunch of cool traditions. One of the traditions they
Wait,
have.
so you're saying your son's at West Point?
Yeah, but well, okay.
Well, no. I mean,
Yeah.
No, I'm for real.
Yeah.
People need to know that.
Yeah, of course.
That's a big
yes,
deal. That's a
Kevin,
big deal.
You're not in the military, but boy, you got a couple badass kids that are.
Yes.
Right?
So
And he's at West Point. He's not just in the military.
Yeah, he's just
That's,
not at, Camp Lejeune,
Yeah.
being basic. He's at West Point, which is kind of a big thing, ain't it?
Yeah. But what they do is the class 50 years ago that graduated from West Point, they went up a couple months ago, and they have a number of class rings they got when you go there, and a lot of them will donate their class rings if they pass for this tradition. What they do is they take the class of 50 years ago, so he's the class of 23, and they give their class rings back to West Point, and they melt them down, and they use those rings and add gold to it to make the rings for the class of 23.
For real.
Yes. I get chills telling that story.
After 50 years of being a graduate from West Point, they then come back, you throw your ring into this big thing, they melt it up, they throw some more gold in there, and then those are the current classmates' rings?
Yeah, so class of 20, that's how they make the ring. So we go up there, it's called...
There's some old timers like, man, I ain't giving my ring up, I'm just telling you.
But they have a couple rings. They get a battle ring, they get like 2 rings that they get. So that's a huge tradition. So we go up there, I leave Thursday morning, we'll go up there, and it's there's only 2 times you can come on as a parent, and interact with your child. I say there's not a child, but your son or daughter on West Point. It's pre-parent weekend, which happens his first year, and then graduation. That's it. So there's not a lot of. That's not like a normal college where you have a lot of contact with your son or daughter who's in school.
So is he graduating?
He graduates in the spring.
In the spring.
Mm-hmm.
Then what? 4 years?
5 years.
5 years deployment.
5 years, and I think he's going to go infantry, so he'll be the tip of the spear. I mean, he's going to be the front lines. My middle son, I think I shared with you, went out to the mini buds out in California, so I think he's going to be, depending on where the selection looks like, moving to become a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, Bud's a SEAL training.
Yeah, so I mean,
that's
incredible.
Yeah, I mean, but of course,
that Kevin. I mean, your opponent says that she's a veteran, military combat, and you're not. You're gonna be like, you're right, you're not. I'm not. But boy, I got a couple badass kids that are, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Phew. And not just very high level. West Point with a Navy SEAL kicker. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Pretty strong.
Right?
Well, yeah. And then, of course, my oldest is really doing really well in New York City. He works for the 5th largest hedge fund in the world, and he does all the...
Is he the richest of everybody?
Oh, yeah, by far, yeah.
Is he richer than you already?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, absolutely.
He's what, 30?
27.
He's 27, and he's already richer than you.
Sure.
For real.
Yeah, right. Yes. Yes.
Man, I'd be mad as hell if Tyler was richer than me.
Well, no, but I mean, he works really hard, and he's very, 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 very smart. But so we go up to ring weekend, and that is what we do. So that's going to be, we're going to be up there through that weekend. So we're excited, and the whole family's going to come up because
man, you're really illy timed your possible being a congressman, because how cool would it have been a congressman while Punkin Duncan was up at West Point? Wouldn't have been that far.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I mean, you wouldn't have been that far at all, right?
That'd be cool. And
but again, even if you're close, you're not allowed to go there very often, are you?
See, I don't
the difference is Kevin made something of himself and then went into politics to help. He didn't use politics to make something of himself.
This isn't Kevin's retirement plan.
Yeah, it's not.
Kevin's taking a massive pay cut
to
represent the fine people of Pinellas County.
Hit job and 2 former political rivals. It was all part of a court hearing in Pinellas County today.
This is actually what got you in,
yeah,
isn't it, Kevin?
Yeah, I found out that she
you
was
went and represented this guy, and you're like,
found out she was crazy,
and you're like,
she's crazy.
Anna Paulina Luna, who's running for the 13th congressional seat, is seeking a stalking injunction against the man she was running against, William Braddock. He has since dropped out of the race, but Luna says she fears for her life. She claims to have a recorded phone call.
Kevin, how many times has she done this?
7. She's filed 7 restraining orders against people.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Braddock.
Of course, in this case, the judge found her to be totally untrustworthy and just... it's just bizarre. I mean, how some people play victims?
Right.
Literally,
I try all the time.
It's every but literally every day. Like, if she gets a flat tire, my opponents are out to get me. Literally, if a sign goes missing, I had like 200 signs stolen. My opponent stole my signs. It's all about playing the victim.
Mm-hmm. And tonight.
But I just don't understand that mentality.
No, it wears on you. Hear it too.
It is. It just it's like the victim. Can you imagine? This is going to be when something doesn't go your way and it's always someone else's fault. I think it's a problem.
Yep.
Well, not only is it a problem, but it's also a problem for your congressperson to have that mentality, not have the balls to stand up what the real issues are and want to be a victim. I mean, that's not very good representation, right? Regardless if you win or not. I'm just saying,
you want
who wants that type of mentality as the person that represents you in Congress?
It's so interesting. One of the interesting things at all the academies, which it makes sense, with these officers in the military, is the first thing they're taught is that they always accept responsibility, and that's the first thing you do. That you say it's my responsibility. And that's how you work, but it's just not the same way, and I don't get it. But either way, it's one of these things. We talked about at the beginning of the show. Like, it is a very interesting process.
Have you been during that debate down in Fort Lauderdale? You've been in close proximity of her.
Yeah, of course.
Does she stink at you? Does she look at you?
We had 12 debates. Of the 12, she showed up for 2. only because she guilted the two. She doesn't debate me. She won't debate me. We've tried to have
And it's
debates.
crazy that like nobody like media stuff does. They don't call her out on
the
that
reason
at
why
all.
they don't call her out is because they want her to win, because they got all the dirt on the girl. They know everything, every flaw about
Yeah,
her.
they'll
And they
release
want
it.
the Democrat to win.
They
Mhm.
want that dirt for when she's so they can use it on her and the general.
Yeah.
They're all holding on to all the information we know, except they don't want to play it now, which would help Kevin. They want to play it. They don't want Kevin to win. Listen, the general, the machine doesn't want Kevin. The media, they don't want Kevin to win.
Yes.
Because if Kevin wins Tuesday, Kevin wins in November.
Yep.
They want Kevin to lose Tuesday and Anna Paulina to win because Anna Paulina loses in November.
Yeah.
I mean, right, Kevin?
That's right.
It's kind of the way it's going.
Yeah, and I think someone said it best in the chat. She she is the Milli Vanilli.
She is.
That's what she is.
You know what?
That's
And
exactly what it is.
I've not heard that. I wish we would have heard it
That was
earlier. You
that
could
was
have used it all
Yeah,
along.
She is the Milli Vanilli. That's
brilliant.
That's exactly what she is.
Who came up with that?
Someone in the chat. Someone take credit for it. It was
Somebody.
Ned's his herpes too.
Yeah.
Ned's his herpes too.
Yeah.
She is the Milli
That's
Vanilli
exactly
of
right.
candidates.
She is the Milli Vanilli
Kevin,
candidate.
you need to run with that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, my
but that's so
God.
it's true.
It's right. It's like she's lip syncing being
Yes.
a candidate.
Yes.
Hold on here.
Testified about the
That's
emotional
hilarious.
distress that has caused her, but the defense hinted that Luna has thin
By the way, this wasn't when Kevin was running against
No,
her.
it
This was
wasn't
when
when-
Kevin was representing the guy that she, tried to kill her and poison her and stab her and everything. And she threw Roger Stone in there too.
Yeah,
Did she not?
it was insane.
Roger Stone's like, I've never met this woman.
It's pretty
ever.
crazy.
Again, and this case is nothing more than political mudslinging. But Luna fired back.
I'm not trying to use this part of
And
my
Kevin, she thinks that she's way more smarter than she really is. She really does.
my job has been to communicate and to debate those ideas on the public arena. But there's a big difference between having thick skin and someone talking about murdering you, of which your client did.
The hearing will resume on September 24th.
By the way, Kevin, this got thrown out, did it not?
Yeah, the judge found her to be dishonest.
And that was the official ruling.
Yes, dishonesty.
Now, hold on, last little bit
It's
before
probably not what you want in a politician.
before we let Kevin go.
I'm Kevin Hazlett. As a prosecutor, I faced down human traffickers and drug cartels. I was threatened, even followed.
I got Bubba the Love Sponge off the hog deal.
But you can't seek justice if you're looking over your shoulder. In Congress, I won't be intimidated by the left or open border Republicans. The Washington cartel wants amnesty. I'll say no. They do nothing as fentanyl floods our streets. I'll fight to finish the wall. The cartels won't like this ad. I'm Kevin Hazlett, and that's why I approved it.
Oh, I like it. A little change up there.
Oh, yeah.
A little change up on the deal. Well, Kevin, listen,
Appreciate it.
We'll have you back on Monday for a little last minute push, and then Tuesday we'll work out, and hopefully you'll be on the show Wednesday.
That'd be great.
All right, man.
I appreciate
Kevin.
you, Armin.
Kevin,
Yes.
Kevin.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Yes, Monday.
At, what, 9? Yeah.
Bye, Kev.
Yeah, see
I
you
got
guys.
you right out at 30.
Awesome.
One.
Perfect. See you
Bye,
guys.
bye, buddy.
Bye.
Let me live stream.
What a
Let's stream
star.
next. Ready, home, Bravo. Oops. I don't know if he's released that yet, type of go, Steve. Good morning, Poodle Bar. Good morning, Country Girl. DJ Brown, good morning. Scorch 501968, good morning. U2 Wayne 51, Toussaint. Good morning. Ice. Ooh, we go. Sicilian Redneck 25. Good morning. You know it, Playboy.
Look who it is.
Me. Also me.
Good morning,
Stop.
Baltimore.
That's pretty cute. Gosh.
Good morning, Big Red. Good to go, Big Red.
We're getting Ethiopian food this weekend. I'm so excited.
No, we're not.
I'm just gonna speak it into existence.
It's not happening this weekend.
Oh, please.
Fine.
Let's don't do it.
I'm not.
It's horrible.
I'm not.
Have you even had it?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, right.
He's
You're
been
a
to
fucking
Ethiopia.
liar.
He's actually
I have
from
had it. I had it
Did
in
an
Boston.
Ethiopian screw you over?
No, I had it in Boston.
Yeah, right. You had Boston cheese
Boston what?
cream pie.
Boston. A lot of foreigners like that shit.
Boston cream pie?
No, Ethiopian food.
Oh.
Or exotic
Hi.
fucking food. Yeah, no.
Okay.
How you doing?
Good.
I just feel like I got 30 more minutes to get the fuck out of here.
You gonna take a nap?
No, I forgot I'm taking the Quest Lab Girls lunch today.
Oh, Domino's.
So I'm going to pick that up and then taking them to lunch because they did me a solid favor. And Merch Creek's supposed to be bringing me before the end of the show the 3x5 flags that she just picked up that we can show on screen real fast. Then I'm going to go home and take a nap.
Oh,
so you're taking a nap then?
I am going to probably try to take a nap probably about 2 o'clock, like maybe 2 to 6. But you'll
That's
probably,
a long fucking
You're
nap.
pretty good, Chum
Or do
Chum
you
Thursday.
you have to take stuff for that nap.
yeah, you take half of this and a quarter of that.
Yeah.
Then you got to fucking try to kick out of it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Then you have to take stuff to take
Then
it
you got
out.
to re-up for the 8.
Yeah.
Then you got to wind it down for the midnight.
Yeah.
Then re-up for the fucking ball game. And then you use all day Sunday to rehab yourself to get back to the deal.
2-4-6.
That's what I'm doing too.
Yeah.
Sunday rehab.
Yeah. Sundays fucking.
I gotta get up early Saturday.
You?
Yeah. Car show.
He's got a fucking couple cricks.
He doesn't have any cricks. I was losing crick.
The car show cricks.
He's got the car show
No.
cricks. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan.
He's got the Ferrari bunny. He's got the Ferrari bunnies.
I'm going there. I'm meeting Dan there. So.
Yeah, well, don't think Dan can't pull some cricks too. You might want to send him with a real fat ugly guy like me, so you don't have to worry about the crickage.
What are you doing Saturday morning?
Not being there.
Here's the problem.
You just called me a fat ugly guy.
Yeah,
I like crick gang, bitch.
Yeah, you're supposed to disagree and say no, Bubba.
Tell him,
That's
mommy.
not you at
Tell
all.
that fucking cunt.
Yeah, you fucking cunt. Bubba's the best looking guy out there. He would be.
Lummy, when I sweep, when I vacuum, Lummy,
Yes, sir.
you still have the most cluttered area. There were pennies down here last time. No, for real, I'm vacuuming, and that Dyson doesn't do good with pennies. And so I'm back out here, and there's 4 pennies down by your fucking.
I usually dropped out when I dropped my couch.
Who carries pennies?
I know.
Who the
exactly.
fuck carries? Who the fuck carries pennies?
This fucking
You're
asshole.
supposed to pick up a penny on the ground if it's heads up. For
Only
good
if
luck.
it's heads up though.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, if I have some pennies and I got them, I may put them in my change holder,
Yeah.
but I'm not putting them in my fucking
Well,
pockets.
you need to have a whole bunch of pennies that way you can rifle them out the window if you need to.
That is. That's why we keep them there. But they're not in our pockets, are they?
Yeah.
No, they're not in our fucking pockets. I mean, only you
That's
carry
fine.
pennies in your pocket.
They're in the rifle cup.
Hey, but they are good to rifle at a car going 80.
That's why you have a rifle cup.
With the jingles.
They fucking are. They're deadly.
There you go. You gotta pick it up.
Doesn't jiggle
It's a
jiggle.
penny.
It's
Let me
full.
goddamn R. Fucking R.
Collect 100 pennies, Bubba. It's $1.
What?
100 pennies is $1. Goes a long way.
Is it cold in here now? What? Hot? I got flashes.
You got
Chicken
hot
salad bar,
flashes.
34
Mommy,
months.
I got motherfucking flashes.
It's Kevin, man. Kevin was just bringing the heat. Room heated up. Oh no. Oh
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show. One of my very best clients. They've been with us, I think, for well over a couple years. I love the hell out of them. Even Big Red saved like 150 or gained like 150 points on his credit bureau. I don't know if that's common or not, but it happened to him. A lot of Bubba Army, they just listen to me say lightstream.com/BTLS, and they don't really, it's just another endorsement to them. But really, they've been one of my best clients, and they can really, 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 really help you. Rates start at 5.73% APR with auto pay and excellent credit. Get a credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream so you can help pay off that interest rate of 19% or so that you're paying currently on your credit cards. From $5,000 to $100,000, there are no fees, and you can get your money by the same day or as early as the same day that you apply. Lightstream believes people with good credit deserve a better loan experience. It's exactly what they give you. And for my listeners only, you can get a special interest rate discount and save even more. The only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com
/BTLS.
LIGHTSTREAM.com
/BTLS.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 5.73% APR to 19.99% APR and include a 0.50% auto pay discount. Lowest rates require excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply. Offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com /BTLS for more information. The Merge Correct just picked up the 3x5 double-sided Bubba Army flags, and she's bringing them to the studio. She might have them here by the time we end the show, and she's going to post them on BubbaArmyMerch.com, Bubba Army Store, Bubba Army Shop?
Bubba Army Store, BubbaArmyMerch.com.
Yeah, Bubba Army Merch, Bubba Army Store, BubbaArmyShop.com, all goes right to our main site, to our merchandise site. And I've been asked by, and I only ordered 100 of them. I got 100, and I'm not going to probably order any more because you got to order them in increments of 100, and it's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what I'm going to price them at, Lummy, but I'm thinking maybe $39.99. I think that's about, you can find them from 26 and 27, but if you get a really good double-sided one, like I was looking at the Lightning and the Bucks, and they're about $40.
Oh, okay.
Anywhere between $35 and $40. And it's just a standard Bubba Army. Now, it's not single-sided. It's double-sided, which is kind of the better of the two to get. And do we have, Lummy, that little former flagpole that we used to put out front? I know we have a flagpole holder on the building, but I gotta see if we can get a...
We should. I don't believe anyone threw it away.
Yeah, no, we should still have the American flag and everything still attached to it.
Yeah. Well, at that point, I probably need to get... we used to have two flag holders, one on the right and one on the left, and we ran the American one on one and the Bubba Army on the other.
Yep.
So I may have to maybe put another flag holder, maybe the left one a little bit, like maybe 2 or 3 inches a little bit lower, where you run the Bubba Army flag.
You can leave them equals fine as long as the Bubba Army was not taller.
But you know what, Blitz? You're right. Equal is fine, but I'd rather go 2 or 3 inches lower. Just so visually you can see that it's a little bit lower. That way I ain't getting no crap from nobody. Bubba's got the flag equal. Bubba's got the flag, the Bubba Army flag, 3/4 of an inch higher. Red surveyed it. Nope. Let's just go 3 inches lower so that from the street you can tell the Bubba Army flag is a little bit lower.
Gotcha.
And we'll start running a Bubba Army flag out here.
Sweet.
But a lot of people tailgate, a lot of people on their boats, on their trucks, or just on your flagpole have asked for Bubba Army flags. Now, they are officially done, and we have them in hand. I'll be having one hopefully here within the next 19 minutes, and they'll be listed on BubbaArmyMerch.com. That being said, I'm also trying to get mud flaps, too, for the truckers.
Nice.
But they're a pain in the ass. They
Mud
really,
flaps
really
for the truckers.
Both. Both. No, the truckers are what we built this empire on. Please. I would say that, the truckers, when I went to Sirius XM, those were the boys that found out about us first were the truckers.
Yeah.
And then we, slow spread like monkeypox into the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm. Sodomized everyone.
Hello? Hello? You're on the air. Gary, is this you?
No, it's not.
Somebody that was a little bit scared. Let's do words so we're not too far late.
Perfect.
Don't forget we have Blummel today.
We sure do.
Right after the, what do you say, 10:20, 10:30?
Something like that.
10:55.
Radio Network will return after this.
There you go. Sweet. Oh, what time? I'm just playing. Good morning, Bassmaster Flash. Morning, X Sweep 32.
Will do, Johnny pissed off. Good morning, Dr. Churizay.
Me too. I use it all the time too.
He's stuck in the damn tub. He's stuck in the damn
A good one for the 2 for 2 hype train.
Lemon, did you write everything down?
Yes, sir. You want me to come back with it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Stuck in Dan's tub. What's up, what's up, what's up? Sure do want to go here. Big longer, what's up? I think I haven't seen it, guys. But they have buttholes, Big Red. See you tonight. What the fuck is going on down there? Doing impersonations and whatnots. I don't know if scallops have eyes, but I know they have anuses. Of this I am sure. Homeless Drew Garabo, oh my god! 35,000 bits! Ah, 35,000! Woo! Thank you, drop the tray. Beep beep, honk honk!
Oh, he's like, wait, can I trigger that quick?
God damn!
Dumb for a zillion bits.
What?
Say it.
35,000 bits from Homeless Drew Garabo!
Yeah, Lummy, Hall of Famer homeless, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Hall of Famer. You're supposed to say Hall of Famer. Don't disrespect Hall of Famer Drew Homeless Drew
Hall of
Garabo,
Famer.
or otherwise known as JB Wood 6400, who I talked to the other night. Who's the greatest guy in the world?
Tumblers, the 20-ounce tumblers? The 20 ounce. From the 30 ounce. 30 ounce tumblers are done? And what are we pricing these at?
The guy said.
Oh, let's just go $39.99. Yeah. All right, they're going to be up right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You just fell into the penny slots.
I'll go ahead and list it, and then I'll have to take pictures.
Okay.
But I'll list it. And the tumblers.
And the tumblers.
And the tumblers.
Okay. Let me look how nice this is double-sided.
Oh, that's super nice.
Whoa.
Double-sided. Sewn together. Double bromlets. Steel bromlets.
Gromlets.
You don't know what a gromlet is?
It's not a grommet?
Oh, yeah, grommet. Shut up, Anna, you fucking bitch.
Sorry.
Bubba, on the smart card.
What?
Can you get there at least by 3 o'clock to park it so
Yeah,
they can?
how about I just park it there? How about just I park it there at 3, or I can get there earlier.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll let them know.
How about we make it 1?
Okay.
I'll park it there at 1.
I'm asking if we can park there at 1.
Oh my God!
Oh, the True 37,000 bits.
Make sure we give them tons of love on the way back.
Hall
Let me.
of Fame.
Oh!
So 1 o'clock, let me.
Yeah, I'll confirm with them.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show. Homeless Drew Garabo, which is also known as JB Wood. Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer. 75. 70. How many? How many?
72,000 bits.
Getting ready for Bubba 199 tonight. Homeless Drew Garabo, better known as J.B. Wood, Hall of Famer. 72,000 bits. Venmo Cash App available 24/7. Goes right to my phone as well.
There's been a Patriot gives you 10 subs.
The Merch Crick. By the way, Lummy, you just text me. My Saturday is completely open.
Okay.
And I'm driving my smart car to my apartment after tonight's 199. So, tomorrow obviously is the Tampa Tarpons game. First pitch at 6:15. We have our own Bubba Army sections, 109 and 110. Go to our Facebook, go to our YouTube, and get the link for the Bubba 22 code. Tickets as low as less than $6. And the Diamond Club, all you can eat, all you can drink, they're sold out.
Yep.
But there's still plenty I think, about 20 tickets left?
Yeah, it's about 26 now.
26 tickets left. You can still get the $17 deal, which gets you a seat in our section, a free beer, free soda, free beer or soda or water, hot dog, French fries, chicken tenders, that kind of deal, right?
Yes,
Soft
sir.
pretzel,
Yep.
you get your choice of that. And I'd like to listen. I got 26 more tickets to sell out before I've completely sold out 2 sections, which is more than any other radio personality in Tampa, and they are super happy. Lummy, I'm just going to be standing by for you to text me on what time to take.
I just got confirmed because I'm going back and forth.
All right.
Yeah, 1 o'clock's cool.
All right. I'll swing by 1.
Okay.
Park it where they want me to park
Yeah,
it.
it's going to be in the memorial, and it's Homeless Drew Garabo, Hall of Famer,
Oh my God.
35,000 bits.
Another?
Yeah.
Man,
Dude,
he's
that's
just,
over 100,000.
He might not be at Bubba 199, so I think he's making it out, laying it down
Oh
now.
my
okay.
God.
He's greasing the 199 wheels.
Yeah, unless
well,
this
when we open the 199 up, make sure we pay homage because this might be his down payment for 199. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If in case he's busy for tonight, let's give him plenty of homage.
And we're putting the smart car right by it's the Memorial Plaza, which is the main entrance in. So we're parking the smart car right next to the Twin Towers.
Perfect. I'm not going to bring the cream machine. It's just too much. The Merch Crick just brought these, and these are, by the way, Blitz, these is not the cheap. These are double-stitched, double-sided. So there's Bubba Army. These are 3x5 flags. Bubba Army on that side, and then a lot of cheap flags, then they have the reverse of the original side. But this then has Bubba Army on this side as well.
It's not just a left-handed flag. It's a double-sided.
It's not just a left-handed flag. It's double-sided.
Flip it and reverse
with steel grommets. I called them gromlets. Anna corrected me.
I like
the
omelets.
new 3x5 Bubba Army double-sided flag available at BubbaArmyMerch.com right now. I only have 100 of them, $39.99. And also I got another rack of those 30-ounce tumblers that everybody loves.
Oh, nice.
So
I use mine every day. This one's 20 ounce, but same deal.
you said you wanted it. You had your choice.
Oh,
No, I'm just
She
showing
just knows
the
you don't sell that
camera.
one anymore.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah,
But
you know,
it's
actually,
awesome and it works really well. Is
and
what
it's
I'm
a
saying.
collector's item. because we-
Hall of Fame. 30,000.
How many is that?
It is 137,000.
Jesus. Thank you so much.
More than that.
Yeah, it's more than that.
137,000 more?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's 107.
It's a lot. Let me get your calculator out, my friend. We're out of here. Blummel is next. Go to BubbaOnMeMerch.com. The merch creek is upstairs, ready to sling your order. I'm going to cater in lunch for my Quest girls. Then a nap. Then Bubba 199. Full house tonight. Buck from Charleston, Teeth, Reagan, Merch Creek.
And Anna's right. It's 137,000.
No,
Mike,
no, because she forgot the 30,000 you dropped a little before that.
She's right. He's
Let's
right.
just go with it, let's.
Mike Bellagio tonight. Big Rat. Tease. One of the Natches. And their young boy. Bubba 199, 8 o'clock. Go buy that new flag while you can with the tumbler kickler. And we hope to see you at the Tampa Tarpons game tomorrow night. Take care. Be safe.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
operations manager and co-host Blitz K,
co-host and show historian Lummox,
co-host Anna Hummel,
Co-host Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council.
Co-host J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Did something that was, no, and that's the thing. What do you consider? I might have crossed the line. No, I don't. I could consider crossing the line. You and I could have as much beef as we want. I know we never.